A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope all of you are doing great. I'm your host, Nikita Chaturvedi, and we're going to talk a little about Hyderabad before we begin. Because it's also some time that we do a little drill to make sure that the energy is high, right? The Shakti is actually high. So we're going to do a little drill. How many of you are here from Hyderabad? How many of you are very well aware of Hyderabad? If you can raise a hand. Okay. Okay, not a lot of us are from Hyderabad, it's fine. But I'm sure all of us have been seeing a little trouble with the weather, right? Are we all good with the weather? It's scorching heat, we are troublesome. So we're going to do this little drill to make sure that we are all cool in mind, right? Okay, so we are going to make sure that we enact rain right here among us, with us. Okay, so as we begin this beautiful day, I want you all to take your palm and hit your index finger on your palm. Slowly, let's do it together. Okay, we can hear noises. It sounds like rain. Can we do it with both the fingers now? 3 fingers, 4, 5, ladies and gentlemen. Can we all give a huge round of applause to each one of you for joining us in this absolutely beautiful day. Once again, a very warm welcome to Shakti Awards, ladies and gentlemen, and a very good afternoon. Welcome to an incredible day that sparkles with more than just gold and diamonds. We are here for Shakti Awards, and this is an absolutely prestigious platform dedicated to empowering the incredible women and entrepreneurs which are shaping the future of jewelry business. This grand celebration is brought to you by Informa Markets in association with Swar Media Network and proudly powered by HGMA, the High Tech City Jewelry Manufacturing Association, and we'd also like to once again extend our gratitude for our trophy partner, Prima Art. Can you all give a huge round of applause for them as they are here for crafting the symbols of excellence we will be awarding today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is said that woman is a full circle. Within her is the power to create, to nurture, and to transform. Shakti, ladies and gentlemen, isn't just a word. It's a quiet roar of a woman who knows her worth and refuses to settle for less. As we celebrate Shakti within these brilliant entrepreneurs among us today, we are also standing on the eve of Mother's Day, ladies and gentlemen. It is no coincidence, let me tell you all, because the same energy that is taken to build a brand is the same energy that we nurture to build a family. Whether they are nurturing a family or a business, a brand, a woman is an ultimate creator. Let us all take a moment to honor the Shakti in our lives who gave us the very first start. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is Mother's Day. Tomorrow is the day for creators. Let us all put our hands together as we celebrate Mother's Day. Also, on this beautiful occasion where we are absolutely honored to give you all a different perspective about women entrepreneurs. Ladies and gentlemen, with this, without any further ado, I'd now request Ms. Pallavi Mehra, Senior Group Director in Informa Markets India, to join us on stage with an absolute huge round of applause. Can we all give it up for the lady?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies, gentlemen. It gives me immense pride to welcome you all to Shakti Awards here at SJF 2026. At Informa Markets, we believe the jewelry industry is just not about precious metals and gemstone. It's about the people, creativity, leadership, and the passion that drive it forward. Today, through Shakti Awards, we celebrate inspiring women achievers whose vision, innovation, and perseverance continue to shape the future of the jewelry industry. I would like to thank Mr. Mahendra Tyal, President HASMA, for his continuous support in encouraging and empowering women in jewelry, along with our partners Swar Media Network and Prima Arts, our trophy partner, for making this initiative possible. Congratulations to all the award winners. May your journey continue to inspire many more women in the industry. And who else we could have better to honor you with this? We have with us Miss Manika Vishwakarma, Miss India Universe 2025, who would be joining us in a while on this dais and presenting this prestigious award to all you wonderful ladies. Thank you so much. And before I leave, we have a little AV which kind of talks about the power that women bring in. So can I have the Shakti AV, please?
This is about empowering women, about Shakti. It is a wonderful initiative. I'm honored and privileged to be here. The Shakti Women Achievers Award is a recognition.
Thank you so much. So that's been our journey till now, and we will be starting a new chapter with all you wonderful women leaders from here on. Thank you.
Thank you so much. With this, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time that we put our hands together for Dr. Rajendra Jain, CMD Swar Group of Company. Can you all put our hands together as we welcome him?
I have written, this is my favorite award, so I have written many things which I don't want to forget it, hence I'm reading it and I've written every point. So I want to share because it's very close to my heart, this award is. Good afternoon and namaskar to our chief guest, our all Shaktis and everyone present here. Today is truly a special and proud moment for all of us. After successfully completing 5 editions in Delhi, we are honored to bring the 6th edition of Shakti honoring women achievers to Hyderabad for the very first time, dedicated specially to the inspiring women, members of the High-Tech City Jewelry Association who are contributing immensely to the jewelry industry. Today, Informa Market, in association with SWAR, presents Shakti Honoring Women Achievers Award, powered by High-Tech City Jewelry Association with Prima Art as our trophy partner. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Mahendra Tyal, Mr. Yogesh Mudra, Ms. Pallavi Nara, Mr. Vinod Tejwani, Mr. Pankaj Shende, and the entire teams of Informa, Hajma, SWAR, and Prima Art for their wonderful support and collaboration. It is our privilege to welcome our esteemed chief guest, Manika Vishwakarma, Miss Universe India 2025. Manika has made our country proud on a global platform with her beauty and brains. We are proud of you, Manika. We are truly grateful that you have taken your precious time to be here with us today to honor and inspire our Shakti awardees. Manika, your presence adds immense grace and encouragement to this celebration. I warmly welcome and salute all our Shakti awardees.
Your dedication, resilience, and achievements are not only shaping the jewelry industry, but also inspiring countless others. Today we celebrate your journey, your strength, and your success. We heartfelt congratulations, best wishes to all the winners. May you continue to shine and inspire generation to come. I would like to conclude with a few lines. जियो तो ऐसे जियो, औरों के लिए मिसाल, अपने लिए इतिहास रच दो, संघर्ष से जो निकलती है वही असली पहचान है, हर एक शक्ति अपने आप में एक महान कहानी है. Thank you, God bless you all.
Thank you so much for your wise words. Ladies and gentlemen, next on agenda, it's now time that you put your hands together as I now request dignitaries to join us on stage. I request Mr. Yogesh Mudas, Managing Director, Informa Markets India, to kindly join us on stage with a huge round of applause. Along with Ms. Pallavi Mehra, Senior Group Director, Informa Markets India. Can we also request Mr. Mahinder Pal, President at JMA, to join us on stage? I request Dr. Rajendra Jain, CMD, Swell Group of Company, to join us on stage with a huge round of applause, along with Mr. Mukesh Agarwal, Exhibition Convener at JMA, to join us on stage with a huge round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, now that we have our dignitaries on stage, our profound dignitaries on stage, it's time that we welcome our chief guest. Please put your hands together as we welcome, not just a title holder, ladies and gentlemen, a visual artist, a classical dancer, and a powerful advocate for social change. Please put your hands together for someone who truly represents global face of India's excellence and the modern spirit of Shakti. Please put your hands together for the reigning Miss Universe India 2025, the phenomenal, the spectacular Manika Vishwakarma. Everyone, can we all give a huge applause for this absolute stunner? With this, I now request our dignitaries to kindly present a special memento by AJMA to our absolutely beautiful and spectacular Miss Universe India 2025, Manika Vishwakarma. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an absolute moment. This is a moment that marks the beginning of this absolutely incredible day. We also request a special memento by Prema Art to be presented to our absolute stunner, Manika Vishwakarma, ladies and gentlemen. With this, ladies and gentlemen, now that we have Manika with us, I request you to share a few words of wisdom to all of us, to everyone who's absolutely inspired by you, and I believe all of us are. So let's hear it from you.
Well, I always say this one thing, that wherever we exist, it's actually a part of the magic that is happening in our lives and in the universe. Me being here, it's an absolute surprise. It's a last minute thing, but I'm so happy that I actually got to be a part of it. The greatest reason being the cause of it. As we discuss Shakti, the power that is feminine and so strong enough to hold the entire world together. So as soon as I heard about it, it was so difficult to make it to this day, but I was like, we have to do it at any cost. So I would like to congratulate all of you guys who have made this possible, to Swell for presenting this award, and to Informa Markets, High Tech Jewellery Association, and Prema to actually put all of this together, because I always say to put anything this huge, this beautiful in place, it always takes an army. always takes a great team. And as far as jewelry markets are concerned, as you're talking about, and what is the role of women in it, I have to tell you one little story of mine. I always say this thing that jewelry is so personal to women, although it's worn by everybody. I remember that my mother decided to set this tradition every single year when I turned 13, that no matter what happens, she would give me a piece of jewelry on my birthday. I used to always ask for dolls, for teddy bears, for something else, but then she was like, you have to get this, and you get to choose what you want for next year, but you have to tell me in a year prior. She would start saving up money for that. No matter what happens, that should not be missed upon. And till this day, even for past 2 of my birthdays, I was not able to be at home. She still made sure that she gets it. And when I came home, she gave it to me. That's the kind of passion that we carry, even as normal people. We see this industry not just, as you said, a part of precious metal, a piece made of precious metals and gemstones. We see it as a part of love and expression that we show to us, to the people we love. So thank you so much, and I can't wait to see the women who have made an incredible impact here in this industry.
With this, I now request our dignitaries to kindly be seated. Thank you so much for joining us. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time that we also witness another absolutely incredible AV. All eyes on the LED, please.
With the work of short group of companies began a new journey for me after the successful business and brand positioning of Swarovski in India for over 18 years. Sword brand is very close as it keeps my family together. Through Sword, I aspire to contribute to my wonderful gems and jewelry industry to the best of my capacity. My team and I always strive to achieve perfection in everything we do, and in a very short span of time, Sword has made its mark in the industry. With passion and dedication, I will continue to serve my industry for years to come.
With this, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time that we appreciate, recognize the efforts and the impact women entrepreneurs are being relentlessly putting to make a mark in jewelry industry. For the same, I now request our absolutely beautiful chief guest, the Miss Universe India 2025, Malika Vishwakarma, to kindly join us on stage once again with a huge round of applause. I also request Mr. Rakesh Mudras, Managing Director, Informa Markets India, to join us on stage with Mr. Mahendra Dayal, President, Jewellery, Dr. Rajendra Jain, CMD, Swell Group of Company, to kindly join us on stage with a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let us all give it up for the dignitaries on stage. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's time that we introduce you all to the Shaktis of this incredible jewelry industry. Starting off, please put your hands together as we welcome on stage Amisha Agarwal from Zavi Jewellers. Can you all give a huge round of applause as we have her on stage? Let us now put our hands together for Etisha Singhai, Shiv Shakti Jewels. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to give a huge round of applause.
It's a big surprise for me, but then I'm very delighted that I got this and can be an inspiration to other women. I never thought that at this age I would start something like this, but now I think it's given me more interest towards taking this journey forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much. With this, I now request Etisha Singhai from Shiv Shakti Jewels to kindly join us on stage, ladies and gentlemen. With a huge round of applause, let us all give it up for the lady.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much. It truly feels honored, and thank you so much, Hajma, for giving me this recognition. And I've been feeling very proud to help my husband running Shiv Shakti Jewels. We supply to major corporate houses. Alongside, I've also been associated with a US-based company for last 10 years, where I launch programs across US for all the 55 states, also help students getting licenses for CPA globally. So it truly feels honored, and I really feel blessed to have a husband who is truly my strongest support system, a biggest cheerleader, and wind beneath my wings. Thank you so much. And a special thanks to my amazing brother, Mahendra Dayal, who was always my guide, my support system, and also my biggest strength. Thank you so much, Hajma, for this recognition. This means a lot. Thank you. Thank you, Leah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. With this, I now request Ishita Agarwal from Anmol Jewellers to kindly join us on stage with a huge round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all give it up for the absolutely beautiful Ishita Agarwal, everyone on stage.
so much for this award. Thank you, Hajma. And thank you so much, Dad, for guiding, for supporting, and for helping us in every single thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I now request Mr. Rosa Krish Machine Tools to kindly join us on stage with a huge round of applause, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am so thankful today that I can proudly bring here Krish Machine Tools. This was my father's dream, and I'm so glad that I could help him by being a second generation into this business. This entire award not just belongs to me, but to our entire team of Krish Machine Tools. And I would also like to thank my mentor. It's a very special moment for me that I have my mentor beside me, who's here, who's always been guiding through thick and thin of it could be anything into the business that I want. The first person I would go to is Mr. Mahinder Tayal. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I now request Palak Gupta to kindly join us on stage. From Sri Gupta Jewels, can you all put your hands together as we welcome Palak Gupta?
Receiving this award on behalf of Palak Gupta. Thank you so much.
With this, I now request Rashi Verma to kindly join us on stage with the huge applause from Rashi Jewels. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all give it up for the absolutely stunning lady.
Hello everyone, I'm Rashi. It's a true honor to be here on this day and receive this award. I would like to thank my mentor, Mama Mahinder Tayal, for this special occasion and for encouraging me. And I would like to thank my mom, Meenakshi Signoria. I am here because of her. She has been guiding me through my journey. I run a clothing store in the name of the label located in Hyderabad. And I truly believe when women grow together, stand together, we create something powerful. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. With this, I now request the gentlemen to kindly be seated. Thank you so much for joining us on stage. Alongside, I request Manika to kindly stay back on stage because we have a few more Shaktis to be awarded on this absolutely beautiful day. Before we go forward, ladies and gentlemen, we have a little video for all of you. I request Manika to kindly join us right here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Bhima Art, which is also our trophy partner. With this, I now request Ms. Pallavi Mehra, Senior Group Director Informa Markets India, to kindly join us on stage to present the next set of awards. I also request Mr. Mukesh Agarwal, Exhibition Governor, Jewellery, along with Ms. Nirupa Bhatt, CEO, IIJ Lab, to kindly join us on stage with an absolute stunner, our chief guest, Miss Universe India 2025, Monica Vishwakarma, everyone. Can you all give a huge applause to all the dignitaries standing on stage, gracing this absolutely beautiful occasion. With this, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, it's now time that we head to the next set of awards. Please put your hands together as we welcome Bijal Shah from GJA, Gem and Jeweller Academy Private Limited. Let us all put our hands together as we welcome Bijal Shah on stage with a huge round of applause, everyone.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's an absolute honor and pleasure to be a part of this. Thank you, everybody who's taken the trouble to organize this. Swar, JMA, Informa Markets, and very aptly named Shakti Awards. I think no matter how much we try to empower ourselves, this validation helps us go way, way longer. And for me, it's even more a prouder moment because I see so many of our students here today also part of this. And what more validation would a school want that the students are just doing beautifully and able to get into the career. So I think this is the best day for me today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I now request Hema Nahar from Vinati Jewellers Private Limited to kindly join us on stage with her presence. Let us all put our hands together as we welcome Hema Nahar on stage with a huge round of applause, everyone.
Thank you so much. It means a lot for me. This is the first time I am just taking the award and I am speaking in the mic. Thank you. Thank you, Anand, my mentor, my better half. He inspired me a lot. And thank you, Shakti. And it will give me more motivate to go more longer. Thank you so much. Yeah. Sure. Thank you, Hajma, Mehender Bhai, everybody. I don't know, but thank you all the members of Hajma. Thank you.
You should think about my nervousness. I'm standing with 4 Shaktis.
Thank you so much. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I now request Himangini Agarwal from Shri Navdurga Gems and Jewels to kindly join us on stage with a huge round of applause, everyone. Let us all give it up for the beautiful lady.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm truly honored to have received the Shakti Award. It's not just for me, but for every woman who has been contributing to the jewelry industry. And it is so wonderful to see such platforms encourage and motivate women. And a heartfelt thank you to HGMA for helping us grow and also recognizing women achievers in our field. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. With this, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time that we put our hands together and welcome Jewellery Agarwal from Dhanishta Jewellers. Let us all put our hands together as we welcome her, everyone. Can you all give a huge applause to all our Shaktis?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for this recognition.
Thank you so much. With this, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time that we put our hands together and welcome Kabla Gagaria, Sunita Jewels Private Limited, and Trida. Can we all put our hands together and welcome the very gorgeous lady on stage?
All, I am deeply grateful and thankful to receive this award. Thanks to all the organizers, Hajma, to recognize me with Shakti Award. I feel with constant passion, perseverance, dedication, a woman can break all barriers. This award is dedicated to all the women who are going beyond and creating a different era in the society. I would also like to dedicate this award to my family members, my team, because of which I think I deserve this award. Thank you so much once again. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we welcome Kanak Agarwal, Kailash Nath and Company. Can you all put your hands together as we welcome Kanak, everyone?
Hello. Hi everyone. I'm very thankful for this opportunity and I'm so very much grateful for my family for guiding me throughout. And through this good exposure, I would like to inspire others and create a good reputed name for my business. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. With this, I now request Monica to kindly stay back on stage, and with the rest, I request the rest of the dignitaries to kindly be seated. Thank you so much for joining us. To present the next set of awards, ladies and gentlemen, we of course have our absolutely gorgeous chief guest standing on stage with us. Gracing this occasion, I now request Mr. Pankaj Shinde, Group Director Informa Markets India Private Limited, to kindly join us on stage with along with Mr. Siddhan Jain, Director, Swar Media Network, to kindly join us on stage. I also request Mr. Mahendra Tal to kindly join us on stage with a huge round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of HGMA. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us now hop into the next set of awards. Please put your hands together as we welcome Nisha Parar, Divya Jewels on stage with a huge round of applause. Everyone, let's give it up.
afternoon, everyone. I'm so glad and thankful to Hajma for selecting me for this platform. And my special thanks and dedication to the persons who have really mentored me through my rough patches of life, because of whom I'm standing here today. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. With this, I now request Nitya Agarwal from Arista Jewellery to kindly join us on stage with a huge round of applause. Everyone, let's give it up for Nitya, everyone.
Thank you so much, everyone, for this recognition. I truly thank my parents for guiding me till here. And this award is not only for me, but for every woman who has the courage to move forward, to build their dreams. And thank you so much.
I now request Sandhya Agarwal, Shri Navdurga Gems and Jewels to kindly join us on stage with an incredible, huge round of applause, everyone. Let us all give it up for the absolutely gorgeous lady.
Thank you, Hajma, for this award, for this Shakti award. Shakti Shiv ke bina adhuri hai aur Shiv Shakti ke bina. And I give all the credit to my Shiv, to my strength, to my power, to my Shakti. Thank you, Manish.
With this, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we welcome Seema Agarwal from Ma Jagdamba Jewellers. Can we all put our hands together for her, everyone?
Good afternoon, everyone. This is my first award. Thank you so much, Informa Markets and Hajma Group, for honoring me with this award. It feels so privileged to be a part of this industry. And this award is not just mine, it belongs to every woman right here who silently manages both the home and work, proving that strength doesn't always shout, sometimes it simply shines. So thank you so much, Hajma Group and Informa Market, for honoring me with this award. And I would like to congratulate all the Shaktis over here who are sitting. Really, congratulations to all of you for receiving this award. And last but not the least, I would like to thank my husband and my mother-in-law. Mother-in-law, actually, I'm nervous because this is my first time. I never thought that I would be standing in such a platform and going to speak in front of people like this. But really, without these two, I could not do anything in my life. They are my biggest cheerleaders, my backbone, my 24/7 support system, who guides me always and be there with me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time that we put our hands together and welcome Seema Jain from Vibha Jewels and the Gems. Let us all put our hands together as we welcome Seema Jain, everyone, on stage with a huge round of applause.
Good afternoon, all. I have been in this industry from past 17 years. This journey was built on craft, trust, and consistency. I'm truly honored to be the part of this award function and to be the part of taking the award. Thank you, Shakti. Thank you, HMA, for celebrating women in this industry. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all put our hands together as we welcome the next name on the agenda. Please give it up for Sheetal Agarwal, US Jewellery Wholesaler Global Private Limited, on stage with a huge round of applause. Can we all put our hands together for Sheetal Agarwal, everyone? It'd be great if we can have someone to collect the award on behalf of Sheetal. Thank you so much. With this, I now request the gentleman to kindly be seated. Thank you so much for joining us on stage. Thank you. And going forward, ladies and gentlemen, to present the next set of awards, like I've always been saying, we definitely do have our absolutely gorgeous chief guest standing right here gracing this occasion. We also have Mr. Yogesh Mudras, Managing Director, Informa Markets India. Joining us on stage, we have the one who's been working relentlessly ever since I've seen her, Ms. Pallavi Mehra, Senior Group Director, Informa Markets India. Let us all put our hands together and welcome her. Along with Dr. Rajendra Jain, CMD, Swell Group of Company. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all put our hands together for the dignitaries joining us on stage. With a huge round of applause. Now that we have our dignitaries on stage, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let us all jump into the next set of awards. Please put your hands together as we welcome Sheetal Singhania, Sri Amba Jewellers Private Limited. Let us all put our hands together.
Mrs. Singhania's son collecting on her behalf. And would like
It's an honor to receive an Shakti Award on behalf of my mother, whose dedication has built a legacy of 40 years alongside my father and grandfather, Vijay Kumar Singhania. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. With this, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we welcome Shikha Agarwal, Ashtashi Bridal Jewellery on stage with a huge applause. Can you please have Shikha Agarwal on stage, ladies and gentlemen? Can you all give a huge applause to the lady?
Gentlemen, this is a huge honor of applause, and thank you Hajma and thank you Shakti Awards, and this is my biggest support is my husband. Without him I am nothing in the world.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time that we put our hands together and welcome Smita Agarwal, Kedar Nath Shara Jewellers and Pearls. Let us all put our hands together for Smita, everyone. Can we make it louder? Let us all put our hands together, everyone.
This is not my background or my hobby of jewelry. It was my husband and my father-in-law who had supported me to go forward, and what they had seen in me, I don't know. They made me in this business to come forward and do whatever you want. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I now request Sunita Bagaria from Sunita Jewels to kindly join us on stage with a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone, let us all put our hands together as we welcome Sunita Bagaria on stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks to Hajma to giving me the opportunity, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time that we put our hands together and welcome Uma Dalmia from D Concept. Let us all put our hands together as we welcome Miss Uma on stage. Can you all put our hands together for her, everyone?
Hello everyone. I'm so honored to receive the Shakti Awards, and I thanks HJMA and the entire team over here. And I am so grateful to the universe, first of all, for bringing me on this platform and honoring me with this Shakti Awards. And secondly, I am grateful to my son Siddharth Dalmia. Because of him, after so many years, I could follow my passion and could get out my best and give my best to my brandy concept. Usually we hear that our in-laws, our husband, and so our elders has encouraged us to come into the, to follow our passion. For me, it's my son who has bring me to follow my passion, the concept. So together we are team. We are team, and we are just not like crime partners in crime. We are partners in everything. So I am grateful to my son Siddharth. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. With this, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we welcome Unnati Soni from Sri Amardeep Jewellers on stage with a huge round of applause. Let us all give it up for Unnati Soni, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. This moment is really special to me. I'm standing here as a third generation addition to something that has been created over years of hard work, trust, and love. Thank you so much.
Thank you. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I am absolutely honored to be sharing stage with our dignitaries. It's now time that we please be seated. Thank you so much for joining us. I request our chief guest to be seated as well. Thank you so much for joining us on this absolutely beautiful occasion and gracing this moment. With this, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday was day one, and it's now time that we look back on how the day one looked like. All eyes on the LED once again as we witness a quick highlight of day one. Thank you.
आज हमारा सफ़र 18 साल से यूट्यूब से लगा के इन्फॉर्मा मार्केट तक आया है। मैं चाहता हूं कि आपका जो इन्फॉर्मा एग्जीबिशन बहुत आगे बढ़े।
These kind of platforms are important. And by adding the symposium and podcast, because you have given the right kind of importance to these two things, because going ahead, as I said, the market has changed.
Let us all give a huge round of applause to the day one and today and the coming tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, with this, I now request Mr. Mahinder Tayal, President Jewellery, to kindly join us on stage for the word of thanks. Let us all put our hands together as we welcome him.
A very good afternoon to all my dear friends, my family. My first family, I can say Hajma family, because whatever today I am, because of this support of Hajma. And by heart I thanks my Rajendra ji for giving support for organizing this event and Informa Market. And I congratulate all the winners, all the Shakti Awards winners, those who were here present over here today, and those who are not here also, I congratulate to them also. मेरे एक दिल से, आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग इन हिंदी, मेरे एक दिल से आप सबसे एक अनुरोध है. We are having 155 members in our Hajma family. Out of that, some around 22 members or 25 members have turned around. So this is a platform where you get a good recognition. So in future, any such type of awards are happening, no, it is a blessings that you can give recognitions to your female entrepreneurs, जो भी आपके घर में माँ बहन हो या भाभी हो, इससे अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म आपको इंडिया में दूसरा और कोई मिल नहीं सकता. It's a very small association in Hyderabad, where we call as a Hajma. So in future also, I request all the members of Hajma to please don't miss such type of opportunities. And coming up to this Shakti Award, see, we are all born with the mothers. So इससे बड़ी शक्ति हम लोग जहाँ से पैदा हुए वो हमारी माँ का देन है. तो मैं ऐसा मानना है कि जो भी इंसान की ग्रोथ, जो भी एक ह्यूमन की ग्रोथ है, वो एक औरत के पीछे ही है, एक नारी के पीछे है. So always respect women, never take any bad blessings from them, and try to do good and serve good for the nation also. Thank you so much. And we have Nirupa ji here, जो कि हमारे इंडस्ट्री के, we can call it as a माँ दुर्गा also. So I to respect her like a lot. She is a dynamic lady. मैं चाहूँगा 2 मिनट निरूपा जी को यहाँ पे स्टेज पे बुलाऊं और just you can share few of your thoughts and your visions, what you have done in your career for this. And thank you so much. After that, I request all of you to please come for this All Shakti Award winners for the photo. Ma'am, mic for you.
नमस्कार. मैं यहाँ हूँ और आज congratulations to all the winners and Mahinder Bhai and the entire Hajma Association, Informa Markets, Yogesh, Pallavi, Pankaj and the entire team. यहाँ जितनी women आई award लेने के लिए, most of them said and they felt grateful to their families. It is true. Whether you are a man or a woman, family का support हमेशा बहुत बहुत ज़रूरी रहता है for one to be successful. मेरा ये मानना है और ये मेरा तजुर्बा है that success is gender neutral. आपको successful बनने के लिए man या woman आप कौन है वो project या काम नहीं देखता है. आपको perseverance करना है. एक चीज़ हाथ में ली तो छोड़िए मत उसको. सक्सेस आपको जरूर मिलेगी और इतना काम करिए, इतनी दृढ़ता से काम करिए कि आजू बाजू वाले को कोई चारा ही नहीं रहे कि वो आपको सपोर्ट करे. बस अगर ये दृष्टि से अगर हम करेंगे तो आप सब और बहुत कुछ कर पाओगे. और महेंद्र भाई ने जो कहा वो मैं वापस एको करूँगी. इस इंडस्ट्री यानी ये सब हमारे भाइयों के लिए है. इस इंडस्ट्री सर्वाइव इसलिए कर रही है क्योंकि हम हैं. आजकल तो मेन भी पहनते हैं ज्वेलरी, मगर ज़्यादातर हमारे वजह से ये इंडस्ट्री टिकी है, बढ़ती है. तो ये हमारे लिए जो हमारे सब भाई यहाँ हैं उनको मैं बहुत आग्रह करूँगी कि आप अपने बिजनेस में, अपने फैमिली में, अपने फ्रेंड्स में जो भी आगे आना चाहता है उनको हर तरीके से प्लीज सपोर्ट करिए, उनको आगे लाइए. मेक एन एफर्ट. आपके यहाँ कोई टीम में काम भी करता है तो उनको जो करना है ऑफ कोर्स विद इन योर फ्रेमवर्क वो करने दीजिए, आगे बढ़ाइए. बिकॉज उससे जो टीम में जो डाइवर्सिटी आती है वो आप कहीं और से ला नहीं सकते हो. एट द एंड ऑफ द डे ज्वेलरी आप जिसको बेचते हो वो कौन ठीक से समझ सकता है. कैन एनी मैन हियर से व्हाट वीमेन वांट? कोई बंदा यहाँ ये कह सका कि उसको पता है कि लड़कियों को, विमेन को क्या चाहिए? नहीं, हमें पता है हमें क्या चाहिए. तो हम पर डिपेंड करिए, हमें बुलाइए, हमें एनकरेज करिए सो दैट हम आपकी मदद करें कि बिजनेस बढ़ सके. सो ऑल द बेस्ट टू ऑल ऑफ यू एंड महेंद्र भाई, प्लीज कीप अप द गुड वर्क. थैंक यू.
Thank you so much, Nirupa ji. One more thing I would like to announce today. Very soon, Hajma is going to launch one special committee which will be dedicated only for the women. In that committee, all young generations can come and they can give their nominations. We will make one next Gen Z group जिसमें हम लोग 5 women, 5 लड़कों को और 5 लड़कों को लेंगे. So this floor will open very soon. So it's a big congratulations for all our Hajma family. Once again, thank you Informa Media and all the exhibitors, organizers, visitors जिन लोगों ने यहाँ पे आके ये शो को सक्सेसफुल बनाया. तहे दिल से उनका शुक्रिया. थैंक यू सो मच.
With this, I now request all our awardees to kindly join us on stage along with our dignitaries for a quick photo op. Please make sure that you get your award along. With this, I now request all our awardees to cheer up for this moment. Kindly stay back on stage, stay back wherever you are. Stay back wherever you are. All the ladies, all the Shaktis, please make sure that you stay back wherever you are. We're going to do this little drill for the video. Let us all do this. Let's just say Shakti as we show the words, okay? On the count of three, let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, everyone, let's all say Shakti, okay? 1, 2, 3! Brilliant, what an energy. With this, ladies and gentlemen, this is the grand celebration brought to you by Informa Markets in association with Swell Media Network and proudly powered by HJMA, the High-Tech City Jewellery Manufacturing Association with our trophy partners, Prima Art. With this, ladies and gentlemen, we are headed to our next absolutely informative session. Ladies and gentlemen, to all our young entrepreneurs, don't miss the exciting panel discussion with a celebrity jewelry designer, Vijay Gulecha, to new fame, Ashish Gai from KGK Diamonds and Anish Chi from Indria. Let us all buckle up for the next big session of Jewelry Retails Symposium.
आई जस्ट गिव यू द स्नैप ऑफ नेक्स्ट सेशंस वहाँ से ही लेके उसी में स्पीकर भी है, टॉपिक भी है, सब कुछ उसी में वो जो वहाँ पे लगाया हुआ है ना उसमें से लेके आपको स्नैप दे देता हूँ। So, उसमें कुछ एक्स्ट्रा नहीं करना, वही रीड आउट करना।
Okay, fine. Okay. So we have it from 2, abhi 2:30.
Have a lunch next
no,
to this.
I don't think I'll have lunch. Thank
So
you.
I have something.
अच्छा ठीक है मैं देखती हूँ ठीक है.
But you will require this over there. That's all.
Okay fine. So we'll do it after once it's started, no? मतलब अभी आपको start कितने बजे करना है? It's 2:50.
अभी तो गैप जाना है because अभी यही लेट हुआ ना।
हाँ.
So next
When
session
are we expecting to start?
within now it's 2:15 right? By 2:45. Let me check with them as well.
I'll make an announcement so everyone comes back here by the same time.
ऐसा नहीं होता है ये इंडस्ट्री में। पीछे लगना पड़ता है फिर। आओ 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 चालू होता है फिर देखते हैं फिर थोड़ा फिर हाँ चालू हो गया फिर आ जाता है। सब लोग घूमते रहेंगे देखते रहेंगे। It was nice. सुन नेक्स्ट अभी कितने बजे का करें? अभी ये 2:15 तो अभी हुआ है। टाइम क्या करें नेक्स्ट सेशन का? तो 2:45 का आना बोल दूँ? 2:30 बोल देता हूँ, चालू होते होते 2:45 हो जाएगा। अनाउंस करता हूँ इधर से 2:30.
Ladies and gentlemen, like I just said, that we have an incredible panel discussion which is going to be quite informative for all the youth in this industry, everyone in this industry. Please make sure that you mark your presence sharp at 2:30 right here in the same hall. Please make sure that you mark your presence sharp at 2:30.
Can I?
but at console we might have. Who?
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to explore an exciting and absolutely informative panel discussion with our celebrity jewelry designer, Vijay Gulecha, to name a few. We also have Ashish Kar from KGK Diamonds. We have Anishi from India. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be quite an insightful session with our incredible moderators. Let's get ready for quite an informative and insightful session which will commence in no time, requesting everyone to kindly join us. Please be settled.
from KGK Diamonds, Anish Ji from England. So let's buckle up for the next big session of Jewellery and Gold Symposium. Thank you.
Business houses, ladies and gentlemen, the Tata Group and the Aditya Birla Group, recognized twice among India's 40 under 40 by GJEPC in 2026 and by Trade Flock Business Magazine in 2026. Anish is the head of product design development at Aditya Birla Group's Jewellery Business India. Let us all put our hands together as we welcome him. Ladies and gentlemen, Anish has successfully launched over 16,000 prototypes in under a year, holds 3 industry patents, and in his past assignments, ladies and gentlemen, at Tata Group, has been instrumental in creating landmark collections for Tanishq and Zaya. His leadership is defined by a blend of strategic insight, creative excellence, and executional precision, making him a respected name in the world of luxury and fine jewelry. Let us all give it up for Mr. Anish, everyone. Joining in for our panel discussion, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we welcome Mr. Vijay Gulecha, a jewelry designer, artist, writer, poet, lyricist, actor, and a scriptwriter, ladies and gentlemen. He is recognized as first jewelry designer to initiate the trend using real jewelry in Indian cinema's history, moving the industry away from imitation jewelry. He has, to his credit, the first Indian jewelry designer to gain massive international acclaim at the 2025 Met Gala, presenting a collection featured in the iconic Maharaja of Patiala look worn by our very own Diljit Dosanjh of Bollywood fame. Ladies and gentlemen, he has designed bespoke bridal collection for Bollywood's most prominent icons, including Aishwarya Rai, Priyanka Chopra, Sonam Kapoor, Preeti Zinta, and many more. His designs have been sought after by global figures such as Lady Diana, Prince Charles, Singh, and Nick Jonas, alongside various Indian and international royal families. Ladies and gentlemen, we are absolutely privileged to be sharing our stage with such incredible panelists today. Can you all give a huge round of applause for Mr. Vijay Gulecha, everyone? With us, ladies and gentlemen, we have Shweta Dharak, who's a director at Vijay Admire. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all put our hands together for Shweta, who's formerly Vijay Exports, India's leading manufacturer and exporter of rose-cut and uncut open-setting diamond jewelry. Built on over 3 decades of craftsmanship, precision, and trust, the company has cultivated enduring relationships with retailers and partners across India and global market. At Vijay Admire, Shweta oversees production operations while leading the jewelry design division. With a deep understanding of market dynamics, she conducts extensive research into emerging trends, regional preferences, and evolving consumer sensibilities. These insights inform her to approach to conceptualize collections and create exclusive designs tailored to specific clients and markets. Ladies and gentlemen, with more than 20 years of experience exhibiting at international trade, shows a strong foundation in both manufacturing and retail, Shweta brings comprehensive 360-degree perspective to the luxury jewelry design. Let us all hear it for Shweta Dhanak. Can you all give a huge round of applause for everyone? Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the next panelist. Let us all give it up for Ashutosh Bansal, the director of Biyama Jewels, and a dynamic entrepreneur shaping the future of diamond industry through innovation and purpose. As a strong advocate of lab-grown diamonds, he brings a fresh perspective to modern luxury, where sustainability and ethics are not just values, but the foundation of witness. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all put our hands together for Ashutosh Bansal, everyone. With this, it's now time that we introduce you all to the next panelist. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all hear it for Mr. Vishal Mehta, the founder of Lumex DMCC, a Dubai-based lab-grown diamond company engaging in the global trading and distribution of both loose diamonds and finished jewelry. He has built and scaled diamond business with peak revenues exceeding 2,000 crore. Let us all give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen, operating across key international market like India and Middle East, Europe and the United States of India. Ladies and gentlemen, his experience spans sourcing, manufacturing, integration and large-scale B2B distribution. Let us all put our hands together as we welcome Mr. Vishal Mehta on stage with us. With this, I now request Zulu Gavia to kindly join us on stage as our next panelist. Ladies and gentlemen, the CEO and co-founder of Smiling Rocks, the founder of Vedanti Jewellery, and the managing director of Prism Group. Ladies and gentlemen, he has over 20 years of experience in the diamond jewelry industry. He has started his business with the natural diamond company Prism Group and has grown it into globally recognized diamond and jewelry design. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all put our hands together as we welcome Gavia, who was also awarded the JNA Young Recognition for his achievement in the year 2018. Can we all put our hands together and we welcome Zulu Gavia on stage, ladies and gentlemen.
We saved best for the last. I would like to invite Mr. Ashish Garg of KGK. He's based in Dubai, has extensive experience. He spends his time now almost more in Jaipur, so he shuttles between Jaipur and Dubai, has a great experience of diamond trading, jewelry manufacturing, and I think his USP is how he connects with the retailers and how he brings the designer thinking to the table in the business. So thank you, Ashish, for joining. Thank you, all the panelists. Please have a seat. And as we begin, so before I start and say anything about designing is something which is intangible. And we all have to be really in a great state of mind to be able to think of design. So if I may ask Vijay, who is he has a lot of accomplishments and a lot of talents that he has designed. He's here primarily because he is a designer. But I am in awe of the way he writes and narrates and tells the stories. So Vijay, can we start with something and then maybe we'll continue with our session. Thank you.
Thank you, Nirupama ji. तो बैठ के बोलो.
Yes, whatever you like.
Actually, ये जो निरुपमा जी चाह रहे हैं मैं बोलूं, ये पूरा डेडिकेट है हमारी ज्वेलरी इंडस्ट्री को कि हमारा ज्वेलरी इंडस्ट्री किस तरह कंट्रीब्यूट करता है हमारी सोसाइटी को, समाज को. ये सोच के मैंने ये पोएट्री लिखी थी. सोचो अगर हम जो जौहरी ना होते तो क्या होता. सोचो अगर हम जो जौहरी ना होते तो क्या होता. कैसे कहलाती वो बहुरानी अगर सास के हाथ का दिया वो कंगन ना होता. सोचो अगर हम जो जौहरी ना होते तो क्या होता. कैसे जुड़ते वो रिश्ते अगर सास के हाथों का
अंगूठी से वो रोका ना किया होता। सोचो अगर हम जो जौहरी ना होते तो क्या होता, क्या होता अगर वो पहली मुंह दिखाई में हीरो का हार ना होता। सोचो अगर हम जो जौहरी ना होते तो क्या होता। कैसे कहलाती वो विश्व सुंदरी, कैसे कहलाती वो विश्व सुंदरी अगर सर पे वो रत्नों से जड़ी ताज ना होता। सोचो बिना श्रृंगार के हमारे देवी देवताओं का मंदिर श्रृंगार कैसा होता। सीता भी ना मिलती राम को, सीता भी ना मिलती राम को अगर अंगूठी में वो राम का नाम ना लिखा होता। सोचो अगर हम जो जौहरी ना होते तो क्या होता, तो क्या होता।
You see why I love this guy? Thank you. So this is so important, you know, when we are talking about jewelry and how we sell jewelry, how do we really tell it is about story, it's about the passion. So we have here the panelists who absolutely love what they do. And I think designing is something which is intangible. प्रोडक्ट आपको दिखती है, डिजाइन को क्रिएट पहले आपको कंसेप्चुअलाइज करना पड़ता है, उसको आप कैसे आगे ले जाओगे. सो आई थिंक दैट इज वेयर द डिजाइनिंग हैज चेंज्ड in the last few years. I think people have learned to really value design more than ever before. But are we still there? I don't know. And that is why this session, thank you Informa and TNJ for really bringing all these issues on the table, because this is what we want. We have a lot of, today we had so many women who were recognized. Many of them are designers who are also retailers, who are also doing customized jewelry. How do we really take that forward? So if I may start with Anish again. I am impressed with the passion he has about design. वो जब उसके साथ डिजाइन की बात करो तो उसका चेहरा खिल उठता है. So what I would like to do is that and understand from you in terms of design and how do we really take it to the next level, and how do we really ensure that customers and consumers would understand more. So can you just help us to understand what has happened in the retail business, and how do designers really help the retailers to really take it to the next level?
Thank you, Nirupaji, for such a wonderful introduction. And I'm like, as you rightly said, we all are designers here. So I live, I eat, I breathe design. And I'm someone who is not only into designing, but I believe that true design is something which, once the concept is cracked, after that, when you put it into execution and when it fly off your shelf, then that is considered as a successful design. If you just design and keep it lying, it's just a sketch, I'll say. So often this question comes in the minds of many. I visit many of the institutes. IAGJ is one of them. So I'm a panelist and a speaker at many of the institutes. So many young designers keep asking me that, Anish, when you design, what do you mean by design? Sometimes someone asks that, is design a sketch? So that put a question mark, that if some sketch is there, is it considered a design? So my answer to that is, design to me is a beautiful solution to a given problem. So design is no merely a sketch. Whenever we design there is a problem given, and it's a beautiful interpretation of that. And at Indriya, we design considering our rich Indian cultural heritage in mind. So we design taking inspiration from that, and at the same time we also keep the innovation, which is upcoming innovation. So we say that we design from rich heritage for the future, taking trends and market analysis for the future and for today's consumer. And that is what design to me is. In short, I'll say I design for business. I don't design just for a sketch.
Thank you. So Vijay, you are a designer and a retailer and have been doing this for several years, have a great experience. what changes have you witnessed in the customers when they come into your store from 15, 20 years ago to today? Have they viewed design? Do they value design? Can you please share your experience?
एक्चुअली आई एम वेरी पॉजिटिव गाय और मैं ये बोलूँगा कि अभी क्लाइंट कस्टमर बिकम वेरी अवेयर, दे वेरी वेल नो कि उनको क्या चाहिए और दे आर वेरी मच क्लियर वेदर द ब्राइड. तो हम इसको पॉजिटिव वे में लें तो बहुत अच्छा होगा, क्योंकि परिवर्तन ही संसार का नियम है. वी हैव टू चेंज, यू कांट स्टिक टू एनीथिंग. और नई जनरेशन तभी तो ग्रोथ करेंगे हम कि कुछ ना कुछ चेंजेस लेके आएंगे. और अभी जो लाइटर साइड चीज़ें, प्रैक्टिकलिटी, पहले जो अगर हम 20, 25, 30 साल पहले की बात करें तो पहले वुमेन्स इतना काम नहीं करती थी. दे आर नॉट यूज टू गो फॉर वर्क. आजकल उनको प्रैक्टिकल ज्वेलरी चाहिए, तो उनको विच दे कैन यूज एवरी डे, डे टू डे लाइफ, इवन ऑफिसेज, यू नो. तो लाइटर साइड बहुत बढ़ गया है. प्लस दे एग्जैक्टली नो इन ब्राइडल में कि उनको क्या चाहिए, व्हाट दे सूट देम. और वी आर वेरी मच फॉर, एक्चुअली नॉट वी आर, दे आर वेरी फॉर्चुनेट इनफ. जो किसी ज़माने में 200-300 साल लगते थे इतनी ज्वेलरी देखने में, आज इंस्टाग्राम सोशल मीडिया की वजह से सब लोडेड है कि इवन दे गेट कंफ्यूज कि क्या खरीदना है क्या नहीं. तो उनका काफ़ी होमवर्क पहले से बहुत किया होता है. और इनफैक्ट हम भी उनसे बहुत सीखते हैं, क्योंकि जो डिमांड और सप्लाई का ही तो गेम है. और आप नई जनरेशन से जब टच में आते हो तो प्रैक्टिकलिटी साइड पे जाते हो, तो कलर्स, और अभी जैसे अभी देखते हैं अभी कलर स्टोन्स की भी बहुत, कलर जेम्स स्टोन की भी बहुत ज़्यादा डिमांड बढ़ने लगी, बिकॉज दे वांट चेंजेस. पहले हमारे इतना अवेयरनेस नहीं था.
So the jewelry, to make jewelry we need different commodities. You have metal, which can be gold, silver, platinum. You have diamonds, color stones, pearls, etc. So Ashish and KGK, at KGK they bridge this gap and are a connect to make these commodities into something which the retailers can call and present to their customers as a premium, so that their customers would want to come to their stores. Can you help us understand, as a manufacturer, how can you help the wholesalers or the retailers to really raise their game to become a premium?
Yeah, good afternoon, Nirupama ji. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Informa, TNG, for inviting all of us. To your question, ma'am, a manufacturer today is working in tandem with the retailers to bring relevant product to the market. Without the feedback loop from the retail store level, we will never know what to be produced. And that's where this entire ecosystem has to work in synergetic effect to bring the products which are relevant to the market, which are attractive, and which are creating sale through, which brings ROI to the business. So what we do is we always coordinate with our retail partners. We try to understand the market well, what are the designs requirement, what are the price requirement, because we are dealing mostly with very large mass market retailers. And it is important for us to know what exactly the retailer requires, because there is a lot to lose if you go wrong on a product. So the data sciences have become very important. So you need to collect the data, right data, what price segments are selling, what type of color of the gold is selling, what average carat weight is selling, and so on and so forth. And once you are able to collect those data and feed into your design team, which is very important, then you are able to come out with a right product set or a collection which basically speaks for itself, and you're able to sell as a window to the retailer. And that's when the entire business kind of moves very efficiently. And I think that's very important in today's mass market journey, which has democratized the entire jewelry business. So I'm not just speaking on behalf of, let's say, high-end jewelers, which are dealing with only 1% of the, the population, but I'm talking about in sense with the larger retailers who are dealing with mass market consumers. And those people are very essential for our business to run and the business to grow. So our take has been to synergize with the retail partners, come up with the relevant designs and premiumize them also to create a identifiable effect which customer can relate to their personalities and they can buy and bring business to the entire the ecosystem.
So what I hear you saying, Ashish, is that the partnerships and collaborations are absolutely essential. If you want to take the customer experience to the next level so that between the manufacturer and the retailer, you are able to build a merchandise which will really help them to bring customer footfalls.
Yeah, I will agree 100%. And if you look at track record of KGK and how we are known in Middle East, we are known as PPT company, presentation company. So whenever I go to a client, we are always, ready with some presentation about not only the design side of the business, but about the market knowledge. So because this combination of two is very essential to come up with the right product. So we will talk about market, what works in the market, how the market is categorized, and then we come to the design part, that this is in trend. So we'll use our knowledge of, around the world. We have 18 countries. So we'll use our knowledge about that, what design works, what are the trends in the, currently going on. And then, what is the customer requirement? Because I always believe in getting the data from the customer, what is selling with him, and how I can utilize that data to create a very relevant product for him. And this kind of a collaboration is what always makes us win. And that's why we are not in a generic business. I'm not selling pieces, we don't do that. We just sell windows, to the customer. And that's where it gives us a lot of repeatability. The product's life cycle for our products are quite longer when we do with retail. So these kind of collaboration, I think in the mass market jewelry and where the organized jewelry is, in moving well, these kind of collaborations are must, I think a must.
Thank you, Ashish. In India, when we think of jewelry, we think of more jewelry. जब भी सोचते हैं तो we immediately what comes to our mind is investment. Our first question will be, what will be the resale value, how much is gold, diamond, gemstone, whatever it is. So we have Vishal here who has worked with the natural diamonds, of course, as a part of the Rosy Blue group for many years. And now I'm saying, since how many years, Vishal, you have ventured into lab grown?
This is our 8th year now.
8th year, so I can't say very recent, since quite some time, good experience in the LGD category as well. So how do you really make this product LGD, which is not natural resource, into a premium product, or when you sell it so to a retailer? So can you help us, how do you take them away from that investment mindset?
I mean, if we talk about investment mindset, I don't think lab grown can survive whatsoever, because the resale value of lab grown is not there. And it will never really be there as well. What we have to look at is not what is the investment, but what is the value? What is the value proposition that we give to our customer? If we give something of value, there is a payment that the customer will do, and the payment is based on what they perceive the value to be. And that is what the premiumization of lab grown to be. It's not about the intrinsic value, it is about the perceived value and how important that is to the customer. So when we focus on even our jewelry design, we focus on designs where we feel that the customer perceives value. And that is the differentiating factor between that we have for lab grown.
So in terms of when you want to build a value, if I can ask you to add further, how can retailers build value when they are presenting their merchandise?
So it comes down to about branding, and branding is what? It's repeatability, identifiability, and those are the two major things that happen. So you want a design, it has to be repeated. It has to be visually present all throughout everything that you give to your customer as well. Identifiability, it should be visible 2 feet, 6 feet, 8 feet away, if someone is wearing your design, the value is created when they know, oh, that's a Lumex design or that's a branded design. And I think that is where you create real value that goes beyond just the intrinsic value. And then you have to keep pushing that message that this is of value to your customer as well. It's the way that you advertise. If you're advertising multiple products versus focused on advertising only one product, you'll see that that one product will end up selling better than multiple products. Because what you are doing is you're repeating that message over and over again that value is created.
I think this is a very important message for all of us here, saying that be focused. Often we all want to have everything for everyone, and I think we lose focus. We really are not important to anyone. The question is, how do we become very important and very relevant to a group of clients, or who is your target client base? Shweta here is of course a designer, but she has a very interesting skill set that is training people, and I think on the soft skills. She is a luxury jewelry trainer. So we are talking about intrinsic value, bringing value, how do you present, the passion, everything. Can you help us to understand, Shweta, what role does this play in really raising your game as a retailer?
Thank you, Nirupaji, for questioning me such an interesting question. And I'm very excited to answer this question. First of all, thanks to this platform for giving me this opportunity and giving me this dais to express my ideas and my thoughts very openly and frankly. Regarding to the question, when it comes to luxury jewelry training, it's the people who are working for us. It may be artisans, it may be our retailers, it may be our staff, or it may be our end consumers. If they have an idea about what I am selling or what we are selling to them or what they are making, it's a very luxury product. First of all, we are from earth. Products, the resources are from earth. There is a flow of energy which goes and continues, which keeps rotating within us and around us. So the intensity of the emotion is also that. When everything in congruence works together, and if it is very well explained and understood, that if we are making such a rare product, which is resourced from the earth, and how we are designing it, curating it, and connecting it with the empathy and emotion, with the story of the feeling of a woman or a special occasion or an event, and how this is supposed to be presented to the clients or to the people or even to the karigars. Because I have the idea, I have the design, I have a mood board, I have all the expressions put on the paper, but if I'm not able to understand the skill set of my artisan, that which artisan can curate this design into the most artistic manner. So we understand our clients, we understand our consumers, but one phase on one side, we should understand our artisans also, that what can they curate and make the best in the best lightweight and the best artistic work, what AI cannot make, what idea can be made into practical physical product in the best way of sellability. Because ultimately all of our goal is a design being sold, what exactly he mentioned. So understanding how artisans can be made. So the training skills starts from the artisans by understanding them, by explaining the staff what they are handling and how they should be handling, because once the product made, if not handled well, it will not turn out to be the best. The same way when the clients are coming or the retailers are coming, how to present it to them, because their ultimate goal is what the consumers will love it. So how the curation or the congruence of the whole part of training should be worked upon, understanding the luxury aspect not only as the resource but also as the craftsmanship. How the story goes forward from the root to the finish is important, and that's why it's a very high luxury product, not only by resource but by idea and by craftsmanship. If this can be expressed in the right way to all the people who are working in this industry, the mindset of completely and constantly innovating, executing, expressing will flow with the same wavelength. And I think there is a huge potential in the industry to come up with this by this training of not only to sell, but also to make, also to handle, and also to express with the same emotion, with the same smile, and with the same understanding of how etiquette is mattering in every aspect, with every important role which is there to make this. Thank you.
Your passion is so evident when you are explaining this. Thank you so much. So I know someone who almost lives what you said, you know, who is very passionate, great storyteller. And I am very pleased that Zulu is here, has joined online from New York. Zulu, क्या time हुआ है वहाँ पर?
It's 5:35, yeah.
5:35, pot of coffee is ready with you?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I've known
myself to talk to you now.
So I've known Zulu for a few years now, and whenever I have met him, he has always, I'm mesmerized by the story he tells, what he is doing with the product, how he is doing, and he very rarely speaks about diamond or gold or a metal that he is using. He always talks about who is he selling to, who is he making for, not even selling, and what lies, what is his bhav, what are his thoughts behind making that piece of jewelry. And I think that's what has impressed me the most, and that's what I think what we have been talking about is bring value, intrinsic value, how do you really respect what you have, and what Shweta also explained. So Zulu, please tell us, you have of course been expert in making the jewelry with natural diamonds for many, many years, and had a lot of social causes also that benefited. Now you are focusing on lab grown, I guess. So what is the difference? Can you still make that product and present it with that same story, same grace and respect to the customers? How do we bring that in the marketplace?
Thank you, Nirupaji, first of all, and thank you for Informa Market and the entire organization giving us this opportunity. First of all, like for me, like you can see the incredible panels sitting on the floor. They are my food. I always inspired from these kind of people, and always inspired from the people who really think creatively. And personally, like always, once a very good designer have told, like I was watching the documentary, and that's I always take my inspiration from the different designers of the world, whether it's fashion or jewelry or anything. So how we create as a designer, the change in people's lives matter. Like my fellow panel just mentioned that he wants to sell his design, not sit on the canvas or not sit on the floor. Exactly, like what makes the difference in people's lives with your creation? That should be your always, am I audible?
Yeah. Yes, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. So like how you see the differences that we're making in the people's life. So whenever I design, I go a step beyond. I always visualize how women will look like, how she will feel after wearing this. Always trial and error with my colleagues, my friends, my families. Like keep watching them, what they're doing, what they're talking, what feedbacks they're giving. And that's always inspired me. That always gives me create something better what we have done, or change something what I needed. Or anything that I do put on the floor before my any collections, I try to test them with some of my close friends and family, which gives me a great sense of satisfaction that something I'm creating is really feasible for the women. Because at the end of the day, I want her to make smile, and that's why we are Smiling Rocks in lab grown category. And as you know that. When lab-grown diamonds enter in the business, in the whole industry, it's not about price narrative, it's not about, as just Vishal mentioned, it's about the investments or anything. It's about that you feel something incredible stones were a little bit out of your reach that you can experience today. There is millions of customers, millions of consumers that have never been tested, never been experienced diamond. Now this is an opportunity. So imagine as a designer in a category of lab grown, many of mine must be thinking like how they can spread this beautiful stone and convert them into beautiful smiles to the people's life. So I think that's what a designer can think when they're creating their jewelry, and that's my daily exercise. So if you're asking me like what is your passions towards designing, I always looking women's in front of me and then what makes them happy. We don't know what they want, but we at least try what makes them happy. And jewelry is the vehicle that definitely women feel happier when they see on that.
I always knew you are a very smart man, Zulu. You said, I don't know what women want, but I know what will make them happy. Very, very smart answer. Thank you, Zulu. Ashutosh, you use technology, you also say ethical sourcing, transparency, etc. How important that is to make your business premium as a designer? How do you think all these tools help you to become premium?
First of all, I would like to thank you for this opportunity. And madam, today the mindset of the customer has changed. Today the generation wants everything to be ethical as well as non-exploitable. When I talk about natural diamond, I am not comparing natural with lab grown, but when I am talking about natural diamonds, we are exploiting nature. That is the mindset that the customer has today. So when we are having...
Please allow me to differ here. We will not go there because I may have a counter view on that. True. Let's just talk about transparency and ethical sourcing, because each product has its own way of presenting and how it is done. So please continue.
So today the mindset of the customer has changed, first thing. And second thing, when we talk about pricing, when we come to lab grown, every shape, every precision that a customer needs, that can be done, that is possible. But whereas the same is not possible in natural, because it is very expensive in that category. So that is where the customer mindset is completely accepting lab grown today. And it will, all the premium designs, when you go for bigger necklaces or bigger sets or anything bigger, when you talk about the color stones also, when you talk about the size of the diamonds also, everything is available. If you want a specific size or a specific cut of diamond, that is available and or that can be done in lab grown, but that was not possible in natural till today.
I hear. So that means what you are saying is that you are able to customize when you use the lab grown at a much, it's affordable or it's easier to use customize for clients rather than when you use any natural product, so to say. Anish, that brings me to another, in our discussion I remember the phrase that you said, the material value is immaterial.
Yes, that's my punchline. Material is immaterial, and here I will go back to what Ashutosh said and other co-panelists said. So here we all are gathered here to share our perspectives on design, on premiumization and everything. So while I agree on some points I completely disagree. And especially, this is not a podium for lab-grown versus the full-cut diamond or the natural diamonds. So, I will say that when I bring this phrase, material is immaterial, whether it is lab-grown industry, whether it is a natural industry, people, the first question that comes to our mind or in the minds of our consumers, for example, I'll take Indriya, the brand that I represent here, is any customers, when the customers walk into our store, the first question they ask our jewelry consultant, the salespeople, that मुझे कुछ नया design दिखाओ. That is the first question. Material वो सब बाद में आएगा, building, everything will come into picture. First thing is design. So you have to impress the customer by a good design. Then comes your service, okay. And later on then comes the emotional value. So it is, I will say, a good design is a combination of aesthetics, perceived value, after-sales service, and overall craftsmanship. Altogether, design is not in isolation. It is an amalgamation of all of these, what makes a good design.
Vijay, take further what Anish just mentioned about the design and what customer wants, and that they are asking for naya design kya hai. My question is, when a customer walks into your store, whether they are buying for or they are looking for a daily wear or a classic or an occasion or a wedding, does it make a difference in terms of the experience they are looking for? What kind of experience do you give them? Does it depend on what they want to buy? How does it work?
एक्चुअली मज़ा तो तभी आता है कि जब वो कुछ और सोच के आते हैं और आपको लगता है आप में कुछ हुनर है, आप में वो सेल्स का है ना, क्योंकि जो अगर उसने चाहा वो दे दिया, उससे अगर बेहतर देने की कोशिश करो तभी तो हमारा होना इस इंडस्ट्री में सार्थक होता है. और वो आप कैसे कन्विंस करते हैं, और नॉट जस्ट सेइंग टू से, अगर आप कभी मौका मिले तो आप कम टू आवर स्टोर. आई ऑलवेज ट्राई टू मेक वेरी यूनिक वे. मतलब मैं कभी एज ए डिज़ाइनर का सबसे बड़ा रूल यही है कि कोई भी चीज़ रूल फॉलो मत करो. जितने रूल तोड़ सको वही आप अच्छा डिज़ाइनर बनाएगा, तो है ना. तो और इसलिए कोई रूल फॉलो मत करो, क्योंकि मेरे इंटर्नशिप वाले बच्चे आते हैं, सब कुछ आते हैं, 3-3 साल वो सीख के आते हैं, और दे आल्सो सरप्राइज के उनको सारी, मतलब वो उनको बेस, उनको कॉन्फिडेंस देता है जिस चीज़ को वो सीख के आते हैं. पर जब नया तब होता है जब वो कुछ और इनोवेटिव करते हैं, जो चैलेंज जो कभी सोचा ही नहीं होता, और यही एज ए डिज़ाइनर, और वही उनको सरप्राइज करता है. जितना आप इनोवेटिव अपने स्टोर में और आप अपनी क्रिएटिविटी में रखते हो. और एक गलती हम अक्सर करते हैं कि रिपीटेटिव वही चीज़ को आप उसके अंदर नया चीज़ क्या कर सकते हो. हमको लगता है बेस्ट सेलिंग है तो एक चीज़ कंटिन्यूसली हम करते रहते हैं, बट जब आप उसी को नया एंगल दोगे तो यू विल बी सरप्राइज कि कितना एप्रिशिएशन मिलता है, क्योंकि हम उसी को दुनिया समझ लेते हैं जो चल रहा है, पर दुनिया इससे और भी कहीं आगे है. तो बीइंग ए डिज़ाइनर, बीइंग ए रिटेलर, बीइंग ए ज्वेलर, हमको हमेशा इनोवेटिव होना ही पड़ेगा.
Ashish, in our discussions, you know, when we want to expand, often we have discussed how do we bring, you need diverse talent. How do you really manage? KGK has, you know, it's a huge business and kind of, you know, needs diverse skills. So how do you manage to bring in talent, keep them with you to really grow, take it to the next level?
Thank you for this question, and I really take pride in the fact that KGK is a school. You have been aware that how we have been nurturing talent, whether it is on the design front or whether it has been on the sales side. There are so many kids who have come to our institution, have learned and worked with us and gone ahead and worked with other companies, started their own businesses and doing very well in life. So, I mean, when I speak to our chairman, Vatan Kothari, he said, maybe I've trained almost 5,000 people till now in our industry, which is, I think, a very large number, the kind of, talent that we have created in the system. But then, coming back to how to nurture this talent, it's all about building an ecosystem. If you have a right ecosystem within your company, with the infrastructure in place, and will to give a chance to a talent or to an experienced person, that's where this entire thing mushrooms. And you're able to build that ecosystem of the talented people who are given freedom to work, given exposure to perform, and take it further to the life. And the best part of KGK is that we have never been very restrictive in our approach to our people. We train them well, and we also let them move to, the better horizons and to a newer fields where they can, utilize what they've learned at our, at our campuses. So I think creating an ecosystem is very essential. Unfortunately, we have not seen that throughout the industry. On a designer side, when people talk about, we need to really build new innovative product, but are we really helping our designers? Are we really training them well? Are we grooming them? Are we giving them good pay? These are the questions which remains for the industry to answer. And not just few companies like ours can, bring and groom talent and bring it to the table. I know there are a lot of institutions around in India which are doing a great job bridging this talent gap. But I feel this has to be key aspect on every front in the industry, not only on the design side, let's say on the sales side. On the shop level, we see people who just talk about, as we were discussing in the morning, about discount, and that's how they sell. But they're not able to talk about the storyline of the product, they're not able to talk about the beauty of the product. And that all comes with the training and how you're going to groom them up. So I think on all the level, whether on the retail level, whether on the design level, whether on the operational level, we need to groom talent and create this ecosystem which can then develop the entire industry to a next level where we will become, I think, on a force to reckon with. And the tragedy is that people don't want to join our industry today. You must have seen, and a lot of people say that our kids are not joining the industry. Even on the owner level, we have seen the kids are not ready to join because they feel it is becoming a very traditionalist industry, so which is a very, very disappointing scenario. And that ecosystem need to be built, and for that promotion and giving that nurturing that talent is very important in my opinion.
So Zulu, you are based in Hong Kong, and your customer base is across the globe. Specifically, you sell a significant of your merchandise to US. So recruiting and retaining talent is the key to your success to be able, because you're not there physically present at all of these locations. What does it mean, and what is the importance of recruiting the right talent? How do you give them the ecosystem, as Ashish says, so that you can take your business to the next level, make the retailers, the premium, so to say? How do you really achieve, how do you help them?
Well, recruiting has always been a very important part of any business actually. So right talent to be in the right place is the most important things for any business to be considered. In our business, designers can create a beautiful design. Probably they can have an amazing the product right, but if it is not messaging right to the customers or consumers with the people within the organization, or through the organization, I don't think so it's going to be work for any businesses. So for us, we are heavily expanded in the USA. Our recruitment systems, mostly through the channel partners we do, and the retailers who have their own networks with the sales representations, that we do it in our organization. And what mostly we try to understand that the people who has a passion that we carry, that makes a lot of difference. People have a motive, and Smiling Rocks is an organization who is not only selling jewelry or design, but it's more than that. We are a philanthropic business model, so where giving back is a very strong message of our business. So it's very important that our messages goes to the consumers, to the retailer, or through consumers. So those people who work within our organizations have sense of that sensitivity, that giving back or working towards the planet is one big criteria for ourselves. So we have one additional requirement in our recruitments, that whenever we do, that people who are more sensible towards the planet and they want to carry it through the organization, through everybody. So yes, we always try to tick all the marks, whatever we need, talent, sales, communications. But one extra thing that we always look forward within the people is the care for the planet, care for the people. So that's what we always take in care.
Thank you, Zulu. Ashutosh, that brings me to a question for you. You talked about the ethical sourcing. Do customers really pay a premium? Do they ask this question? Where do you source from? Is it ethically sourced? Is it come from, value chain, no child labor used, no forced labor used, etc., etc.? Do they ask those questions? How do you really communicate this?
Madam, there is a little bit difference over here. As everyone knows, diamonds were forever, but now I believe diamonds are for everyone. So when everyone can afford a diamond, whether it is lab grown or natural, why not? When someone who always dreamt, who just saw it on ads, on televisions, or at some HNI wearing a diamond set or something like that, when they can afford it and when they can have a same feel of wearing that today, so why not? The customer mindset has changed today. So people are very easily buying diamond jewelry today, because as everyone knows, with the soaring gold prices, gold itself has become a luxury today. So buying diamond jewelry is a little bit more difficult for the middle class people who you tell. So with lab grown diamonds, it is becoming a little bit more easier for the people to buy jewelry.
Vishal, the lab-grown diamond is relatively a recent phenomena compared to the natural diamonds. And what is the positioning? We talk about brand building, merchandising, designing. What is the positioning of lab-grown diamond in our industry? How is it?
So today the lab-grown diamond industry survives because there is a natural diamond industry. There was demand created over 100 years, and therefore lab-grown is a natural extension or a natural follower of everything that has happened in the natural diamond industry. For it to become its own category is going to take time. We talk about 8 years, 10 years, where lab-grown diamonds have really sort of come into the market in a more significant way, both from a mind share as well as from a percentage of the total industry as well. If you consider that it took 100 years for people to buy natural diamonds, and it goes from only the top 1% to the next group of people and so forth until it became democratized. We have a long way to go for the lab-grown diamond industry to continue to grow. Whether it will remain as a follower of the marketing that the natural diamond industry does, or whether it will continue to, or it will become its own category, depends on people like this in your panel. How do we use it? How do we design it? How do we premiumize it? For me, the biggest reflection of the successful sale of a lab-grown diamond is when I know I have someone who can afford the crores worth of natural diamond but will continue to buy a lab-grown diamond because they can. Because the money doesn't matter to them. That's the premiumization that we need to look at. That is the difference that we need to see. Not, okay, it is cheaper than the natural diamond and therefore that's why you should buy it. That's the difference that we need to see.
I think this is a great way of explaining and positioning the lab grown. So it is not either or, it's not a replacement, it is someone that it is positioned in a way that it becomes desirable. People want to buy that product and they would love to buy that. And then, so again we go back to the designing. How do you design? How do you present this? And I will just take a couple of minutes to explain further, emphasize what Vishal just mentioned, is that when Agar Diamonds came, the started production, they had a lot of color diamonds, brown diamonds. Almost 40% of their production was brown. And the industry was used to, when you say diamond, it was almost always colorless, white diamonds kind of a thing. So there was a resistance to really buy the color diamonds. And the retailers say, no, you cannot sell. This is mostly focused in the US, because in those days, 20, 30 years ago, India was not yet a big market for diamonds. And so when we went to the retailers and we asked them, they said, no one will buy color diamonds. Please don't bring them. We will not use this. And those who did try to sell the color diamonds, they used the same design which they had when white diamonds or colorless, maybe GHI color were used. And they were presenting that to the retailers, they said, my customers just will not buy this. And that is where we experimented, hired designer, they did different designs, created a different collection, and then we went to the retailers and it was presented with respect, not as a cheaper alternative, and it really did very well. They gave a name, Champagne and Cognac Diamonds. So I think to Vishal's point, that whatever we do, and I think something that is mentioned by almost all the panelists here, that focus on design, tell a story, be passionate, and present it with respect. What we have, and I think that's where our margins would increase and we'll be able to expand the market. Shweta, being the only lady on the panel, I would like you to have the last word, and which is that we talked about, premiumization and how do you categorize and how do you retain talent. I think one of the biggest challenges is how do you really make your team passionate about your business. You got into the business because you are passionate about it. You are a designer. You love it. But when you hire a talent, you can teach someone a talent. You cannot teach an attitude. But when you bring in someone, how do you really work with them so that it becomes a cohesive team to grow?
Great. Thank you, ma'am. I will definitely put my best to give you this answer. Being in a very different and a niche category, Vijay Atelier Fine Jewels, formerly known as Vijay Exports, is known for manufacturing rose-cut and uncut diamond open setting jewelry. So we call it as Ruko's diamond jewelry, which is a very different mediator, like a between category for full round brilliant cut, natural and CVD and plain gold. It's a very different category. So that was the first challenge for as Vijay Exports and now Vijay Atelier, that how this design house can design something which cannot repeat or make a design which is present in the round brilliant cut also, in the CVD also, or in the plain gold also. So that was the most challenging part for us, that how this Victorian cut as rose cut diamond, which is known as with a flat base and 24 facets and lightest light brown color with a lot of inclusions, but still it's a natural diamond, how to design it. First of all, bringing awareness to my team, to my karigars, to my people, that how we're going to make this, how we're going to nurture this, how we're going to consciously put effort by telling them that what we are manufacturing and why do we want to manufacture this very different and unique, so that we can stand in the market. And today, globally also, this diamond, Ruko's diamond jewelry, is well known as also been introduced by a lot of corporates as an individual brand by themselves, where we cater them. Maybe it may be Tanishq from since 2006, or maybe any other big corporates. We have been helping and trying, but for that, as ma'am said, that how do you bring together your team? It's first making them aware about how different and unique this category is, creating the same wavelength. And as a leader, we always have to build that confidence in them that they can do it, and we know what we want to get done. So when that clarity and that wavelength is, when the vision of the company, when the vision of the client is clear, what we want to sell and what we want to make can be bridged beautifully by best communication and giving them a clarity on what we want to curate and what we want to sell. So letting them know what we are doing is the first step. Letting my clients know what we are selling as rose-cut diamonds, open setting, no barrier, having a beautiful finish, fusion of hand craftsmanship and the machine and the technology. We also use AI, we use 3D printing, we use fusion, but how it is different still. Why those designs won't be seen, what is made by us in the counter, which can be round brilliant cut or a CVD or a plain gold. That's what the premiumization we do and we try to bring to. And this is because of the strongest team which can do, identifying that this team can do, and expressing by us and by my team that this can be done and this will stand us out and think out of the box. So I think communicating, expressing, gathering the data of what is where and how, and by whom it can be done beautifully. I think all the congruence of putting the factors together is a true leader, as a true business owner or a true partnership is a teamwork, where I think we have been successfully able to deliver, cater and create this niche category in the industry.
Thank you. You truly said last words very, very beautifully. I would just close this session from our side before I throw it open for questions from the audiences. We all have to invest continuously in any relationship that we want, whether it is family, friends, or business. So in business, when we hire people, we have to continuously invest in ensuring that we are all aligned in terms of our vision, the way we want to work, the way we want to deliver our promise to our customers, and how do we get to the next level. So thank you all, and Zulu online, please stay there. We will have some questions from the audience for sharing your experience. So yes, Subbu.
Thank you very much, panelists. We've always been in awe with the national brands, coming in. India is a diverse country. So you service the Maharashtrian community, you service the Tamilian community, you service the Punjabi community. How does it happen within, the house, the designing, the work that happens within your setup? How is it? Is it complex in a country like India, or is it just creation?
So I think what we follow at Indriya is a very strategic approach, and the first thing that starts with, I will here take Ashish's names, how we was talking about the market insights, the consumer insights. So anything what we design at Indriya, the buck starts with consumer insights, what a customer wants. That is the first stop. Then we go into the design inspiration and design insights, and then taking concepts into a scalable model. Further on comes the prototyping. When we do the prototype, initially we start with a proof of concepts. And once the proof of concept is materialized, then we go into the execution part, where we check the ergonomics, the feasibility, the fit and finish of that product, and overall the quality and aesthetics. So it's an amalgamation of everything together, put in together, and then also we tie it up with the manufacturing units and also the scalability of those products. But because we are a pan-India brand, as on last week we have the updated numbers is 77 stores across India, which we have done in less than 1.5 years, which is never seen or heard in any jewelry industry or retail industry. So now coming back to your second point, that for regional nuances, how do we cater? So whenever we do any design selection or curation or co-creation or designing, we always make sure that the regional relevance is there, but at the same time, we also make sure that what is the mindset of the customer, whether the customer wants it for a daily wear, occasion wear, or maybe an elevated occasion, or maybe for a wedding jewelry or something else. So once we gather all these things, then the designing starts, and post that the execution and the mass production of that happens at our India level.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Anish. Any other question? Okay. Oh, sorry. No more? Great. So I want to thank all our panelists, and also Zulu for joining early in the morning and sharing your experience and views, and all of you present here. We truly thank you for sharing your thoughts. And I would urge Informa and the New Jeweller Group to continue this. This is just the first edition. I think we all have to really, there is a lot that we have here, and I think the best thing as far as our industry is concerned, the willingness to share without any hesitation the experiences and the learnings. So I hope we'll continue doing this. Thank you all for joining and sharing your views.
Thank you, Nirupama. Thank you so much for your...
On all our behalf, I guess I would like to thank Nirupama ma'am for having such a great moderation and, having such insightful questions to all of us. Thank you, ma'am, so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. With this, I request our panelists and our moderator to kindly stay back on stage. For all this insightful session, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time that we felicitate their presence. I request Yogesh sir, the MD Informa India, to kindly join us on stage to felicitate Mr. Ashish Garg, Mr. Vishal Mehta, and Mr. Vijay Vilecha. Let us all give it up for this absolutely memorable day. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Yogesh. I now request Mr. Mahendra Tayal, President, HUMA, to kindly join us on stage with a huge round of applause. I request Mr. Mahendra to kindly felicitate Mr. Ashutosh Bansal. I request Mr. Mahendra to kindly felicitate Mr. Anish Kumar now. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for this absolutely surreal moment. I thank the presence of Mr. Mahendra. Thank you so much for joining us. I now request Usha Srivastava, IGN, to kindly join us on stage with a huge round of applause to felicitate Shweta Dhanak and our moderator. Let us all put our hands together for this moment, ladies and gentlemen. We have Usha ma'am felicitating Shweta Dhanak. And I now request Usha ma'am to kindly felicitate our moderator, Nirpa Bhatt. Thank you so much for joining us. I now request all our panelists to come forward for a photo op. Let us all give it up for this informative. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much on behalf of Informa and the New Jewellery International Media Group. I thank all our speakers who have flown in from Dubai and other cities into the city of Hyderabad to address this very important subject on jewelry design and premiumization. And our special thanks to Ms. Nirpa Bhatt. Ma'am, here.
Oh, yes,
a special thanks to you for coming all over here to the city of Hyderabad and, taking care of the subjects that you have witnessed and, witnessed the evolution. And today you are there. Thank you very much for your presence. And, Mr. Yogesh and I were discussing that we should take this symposium to the next level. And thank you very much for your presence. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. With this, ladies and gentlemen, we are all set to head to the next panel discussion for this day. I request you all to kindly be seated. gear up for another absolutely informative, insightful panel discussion. We have another insightful panel discussion happening right now, and for the same, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time that we introduce you all to our moderator for the next panel discussion. Please put your hands together as we welcome Usha Srivastava, Head Jewellery Marketplace. Ladies and gentlemen, she is a digital jewelry business expert with over 25 years of experience in various aspects of business, including helping traditional jewelry build and grow their online presence. She specializes in digital retail, comprising prices, product positioning, and customer retention for jewelry brands, and has associated with businesses in adapting to modern consumer trends. Let us all give it up for Usha Srivastava, our moderator for the next panel discussion, ladies and gentlemen. With this, it's now time that I introduce you all to the panelists of our next panel discussion. Please put your hands together as we welcome Mr. Mahendra Kumar Dayal, proprietor Mole Jewellers, Southern Regional Chairman, Gem and Jewelry Export Promotion Council of India, President HJMA, Vice President Telangana State Indian Bullion Jewelry Association, Member Confederation of Indian Industry. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all put our hands together for none other than Mr. Mahendra Kumar Dayal. Let us all give it up for him. Our next panelist is Mr. Nitin Kedia, a prominent industry voice of India's bullion and jewelry sector, serving as the National General Secretary of All India Jewellers and Goldsmith Federation. He actively represents the interests of jewellers, goldsmiths, and bullion traders at both policy and market level. Ladies and gentlemen, alongside his organizational role, he is recognized market expert in gold and silver, combining technical analysis with macro and policy insights. Let us all give it up for his leadership within AIG chair, positions him as a key bridge between policymakers and the grassroots jewelry ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, let us once again give it up for Mr. Nitin Kedia. It's now time that we introduce you all to the next panelists. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all put our hands together as we welcome K. Karthik, founder and partner of Surbi Bullion. K. Karthik is a respected name in South India's bullion and jewelry ecosystem, known for his strategic leadership. Chairman and partner at Coaswayne Silvers and Gold Refinery LLP, managing partner at Wakaman Developers Private Limited, partner at Surbi Jewels, managing trustee at Vice Charitable Trust. Ladies and gentlemen, his leadership combines traditional industry values with forward-thinking business practices, making him a key influencer in shaping the future of bullion and jewelry trade in the region. Let us all give it up for Mr. K. Karthik on stage. With this, I'd like to give it over to Usha ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I wish हमने वो Miss Universe को यहाँ रो, but I'm very happy to see whosoever is waiting here to be part of this panel discussion. That's good. For me, there are a few firsts here. I've been in jewelry industry for 30 years. But for some reason, this is my first trip to Hyderabad. And I'm glad I made this trip. Second first for me here is that I've been a part of panel in a lot of discussions, but first time I'm moderating it. Imagine my condition, I'm moderating a session after a session moderated by Nirupaji. So you can imagine my shaking hand is not because of the cold, I'm actually a little nervous. But I'm very happy to be here and to get a chance to speak to some of our panelists here on a topic that is so right now, बहुत हलचल मचाई हुई है इस topic ने. Gold को लेके there are a lot of things that makes us nervous. Some of us are making a big benefit out of it, but some of us are actually struggling because of it. So let us go to the panel and understand what future has for this gold, which was a commodity, but right now it's not merely a commodity, it's consumer sentiment, it's investment, it's even getting into digital adoption. So let me go to my panelists and open this discussion, and hopefully it will be as lively as possible. 3:30 can be a little, dull moment after lunch, but hopefully will induce some kind of energy to it. So let me start with, of course I need my mobile. I may not be Gen Z, but I do follow technology. Can I start with Mr. Karthik? Karthik ji, South India has continued to dominate the gold consumption. Now, from your perspective, in the bullion ecosystem, fortunately for us, the panel has someone from bullion, someone from jewelry, and someone who has been very closely related to policy making. So let me start with bullion. How is the behavior of retailer changing because of the gold prices going so high? And it's been consistently going high. So how is the bullion ecosystem and the retailer behavior changing because of that?
Now currently the volume has been decreased to 2:5 pots. That we should accept it.
Okay.
And simply chasing the business is very difficult. And as from retailer or from manufacturer or from bullionaire, we want to accept the decrease of the volume. And currently we are, it is like competing between us. Without any cake, we are competing between the retailer, from the corporate to all small people.
True.
Now even in the political game, now everyone watching Tamil Nadu political. Even majority people cannot climb the seat.
Correct.
To see as a CM.
Correct.
That single seat, 2 seats, 3 seats, very important. Likewise, just I want to pitch one new thing into the industry. Corporate and very big shops want to adapt some from tradition people in their districts. For example, in Hyderabad, any small place having 50 kgs, 70 kgs. One side they are struggling to compete corporate, and corporates trying to killing this generation people.
Correct.
Why can't you
try one merging collaboration like that. So that getting loans from foreign banks and getting loans from CC, all these things will come down. And also today market is not for to go back for 18 karat and 14 karat is not a solution. Because now the many people are saying that less weight jewelry are selling. That is actually false. The people less than 50,000 income, 40,000 income, 20,000 income, they don't have money to buy the jewelry. Of course, even if you reduce the 14 karat, 18 karat also, you can't find the buyers.
Right.
The buyers is only for the high volume. So we need to dilute the stocks, and we need to understand what's the market. For keeping 100 kgs, 200 kgs, all the ranges, you should identify what's the exact thing you want to sell, and you want to keep the inventory on those levels only. And keeping more than 200 kgs, 300 kgs, it's absolutely waste currently.
Correct.
You need to think about the merging, lot of things to be done.
So you are saying that retailers are actually getting cautious about what kind of inventory they want to keep?
Yes, ma'am, definitely. Previously, for 1 lakh, they are getting 2 sovereigns. Now 1 lakh, not even 1 sovereign.
True.
It's keep on going like this way. What will happen to the inventory cost, insurance cost, and maintenance cost? One or other day, when after 10 years, we might be in same area. Now every day we are trying to push the things, and we want to dominate and we want to compete. But after 10 years, what will happen? We'll be in same area. You just see what you are in 2022 and where you are in 2023. Now we are not even that area. We are little bit losing our pride. We are losing our energy. Everything we lost. We should understand. Just keep challenging. Just saying I'm fine. Then no use. What the number in your book is going to speak.
That matters, true. So it's not just the bullion that is suffering. I believe the manufacturers also are suffering equally. So may I ask Mahendra Bhai, the gold prices have affected manufacturers also, we all know that. The trends are getting shorter and faster. People are losing interest in a trend much faster. And retailers' expectation is going higher. So what do you think can change drastically within a manufacturing setup to take care of these kind of challenges?
First of all, thank you, Usha ji. As you rightly said, see, one thing I would like to tell you is there is no such difference in the industry as a retailer or a manufacturer. Both are same. Like I do in manufacturing, I have a retail store also, but my major part is wholesale only. So you want to know what is the trend changing because of this price hike. As such, my knowledge, I don't find any difference. Only thing is it's a timing process. People have to accept the price increasement. And in our sales, there is no reduction at all also. Only people, those who cannot afford gold at this price, those people are diverting from gold to silver. But they are continuous buying. It's not like if they cannot afford gold, they are not buying any metals. Parallelly, silver market is becoming a huge market. If you see the last 2 years, it has grown like drastically. So whoever wants to invest in metal, they are investing. Retailers are having, earlier no retailer used to keep silver or silver articles in the store, but now you see 90% of the retail stores are having silver counter in the store. So as per my experience and my knowledge, there is no change in the sales. Though there is a difference of opinions in people to buy gold or silver like this, but I don't find any difference in market. Like people to divert from gold industry to any other industry. So I don't feel much difference in that.
So would you suggest a fellow manufacturer who has traditionally been dealing in gold to look at probably in inventory planning or design upgrade or something that probably keeps them more relevant in today's challenging time?
See, this is one thing everyone has to upgrade for that. Designing part, we need to hire good designers, get collaborated with good institutes wherein they give good knowledge for the designing and all. And keeping same stock in this one store will not work out nowadays. If you have a multiple stores, you need to keep on rotating your stocks, because once customers see any product again, they will not like to see their stores. So this benefit, this all corporates have, those who have multi stores like chain of stores, they have this option to rotate. But this become tough for the one single store owners to rotate the jewelries. Slowly what we are seeing, this chain stores, they are taking a major their market share, they are holding it. So if the individual retail single store person wants to survive in the market, it will be very tough, and he has to keep on changing, and he needs to have designers in-house, and he has to focus more on customer choice, what he wants. Whatever stocks they have, customer will not get satisfied. You need to personally take care of this individual customer and fulfill what he wants, whatever is there in his mind. If not, they have to wind up. Because these corporates, they have a huge inventory, lot of designing, and they cater entire market. So, and not only India, even abroad. So to survive in front of them, it will become very tough.
That is very true. I think gone are the days when a consumer would be happy seeing what is put in front of them by a jeweler. I think now it is other way around. As a jeweler, we have to make what a customer is wanting, match what the customer wants. So very, very relevant. Since you talked about corporate and single store, I would like to go to Nitinji. Sorry, Nitinji, I think I'll change my chair a little bit so I can see your face. So Nitinji, you have worked very closely in policy making and things like that. Mahendra Bhai mentioned about corporates and single store finding it difficult. What in your opinion is something that a single store or a small business, small jewelry business, biggest concern would be in today's time? Whether it will be compliance, imports, what is that one area that is biggest concern?
Thanks to Informa team, first of all, for bringing me here. Ma'am, coming back to your question, आपने पूछा सबसे बड़ी समस्या क्या है? Compliance है या बाकी चीजें हैं, इन्वेंट्री है. देखिए ये सब कुछ मैनेज हो जाता है अगर पैसा आ रहा है तो, ठीक है. You can manage the compliance. Am I right, sir? पैसा है तो यू कैन मैनेज एनीथिंग. आज की डेट का सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है कि हम जो गोल्ड को 50,000 पे देख रहे थे, इट हैज केम टू 1.5 लाख रुपीस. दैट मीन्स कि मेरा जो वर्किंग कैपिटल है वो 3 टाइम्स इंक्रीज हो गया है. एज अ सिंगल स्टोर जब मेरे स्टोर में कोई भी ग्राहक आता है, कोई भी कस्टमर आता है, वो उतना ही एडवांस देता है जितना वो पहले देता था, क्योंकि 90% ऑफ द कस्टमर वो ट्रेडिशन से मेरे पास आते हुए चले आ रहे हैं. तो उस केस में क्या होता है कि पहले क्या होता था, मुझे 40,000 रुपये लगाना पड़ता था, 40,000 रुपीज. अब मुझे उसका 3.1 टाइम 3.2 टाइम्स लगाना पड़ता है. और वर्किंग कैपिटल जब हम स्मॉल ज्वेलर्स के लिए आते हैं तो वहां पे क्या है कि अभी स्कीम्स लैक कर रही हैं. चाहे वो आप कोई भी स्कीम ले लो गवर्नमेंट की, दे आर नॉट एनफ टू सपोर्ट द स्मॉल ज्वेलर हु इज ऑन द मार्केट. तो वहां पे अभी हम लोग गवर्नमेंट के साथ काम कर रहे हैं कि कैसे उस ज्वेलर को हम एक वर्किंग कैपिटल सपोर्ट प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं. सेकंड जो इंडस्ट्री का सबसे बड़ा कंसर्न है मैम, आज एसी, फ्रिज सब कुछ आपको कंज्यूमर ड्यूरेबल लोन पे मिल जाता है. बट जब मुझे ज्वेलरी चाहिए, ठीक है, एंड आई एम नॉट बाइंग दिस ज्वेलरी ओनली फॉर इन्वेस्टमेंट नाउ डेज, आई एम बाइंग इट फॉर द एक्सपीरियंस ऑल्सो. मैं वो एक एक्सपीरियंस लेना चाहता हूं जिसके लिए मैं वो ज्वेलरी बाय कर रहा हूं. तो वो कंज्यूमर ड्यूरेबल लोन अभी भी नहीं है, बिकॉज इंडियन करेंसी इज पार्शियली कन्वर्टेबल एंड गवर्नमेंट इज कंफ्यूज वेदर गोल्ड इज अ करेंसी और कमोडिटी. ओके, सो ट्राइंग टू ब्रिज दैट, एंड उसको हम कैसे कंज्यूमर ड्यूरेबल लोन के अंदर हम उसको ला सकते हैं. वी आर वर्किंग टुवर्ड्स इट, एंड आई थिंक कंज्यूमर साइड से और रिटेलर साइड से, दोनों साइड से अगर फंडिंग का प्रॉब्लम रिजॉल्व होता है एंड पीपल आर सीइंग अ गुड ब्राइट फ्यूचर फॉर गोल्ड बिकॉज ऑफ द यूएस प्रॉब्लम्स, तो मुझे लगता है कि धीरे धीरे अगर हम इन दो चीजों को सोल्यूशन ले आते हैं तो दिस इंडस्ट्री हैज गॉट अ ब्राइट फ्यूचर.
वेरी वेल सेड सर. हमारी इंडस्ट्री ने बहुत सारे स्टॉर्म्स सहे हैं, तो आई एम श्योर दिस ऑल्सो विल पास थ्रू. यू मेंशन्ड अबाउट गोल्ड लोन एंड gold that we have and capital. I will go back to Karthik with similar extension of what you said, Nitinji. If India has a lot of gold sitting at homes, in our safes we have a lot of gold. Do you see that this old gold can be a future for our gold industry in a big way? Or do you think it's because right now people are a little concerned about gold, so they might be wanting to convert their old gold, but later on they will go back to putting it in the safe? What is your, and then I would also like to know, Nitinji, what is your opinion on this?
Actually, ma'am, this is, it's based on the sentiment. You know that the lady's sentiment is very much attached to the gold.
Yeah, it's very difficult to get gold out of our hands.
Even government keep one gun on the women, give gold, no one will give.
True.
Even the revolution comes, no one will give. Even the policy comes, no one will give. So better let's not think which is not an out of hand. Any policy, now even government also, now any government, that depends on the votes. So they believe the sentiments of the women. So no government will ask any women to bring the golds and you deposit. So that won't happen in India. But even for that we need to stop buying gold loans from foreign. Say we are buying for 1%, 2%. So that my interest rate will be less than 1% to domestic. If you stop that 2%, 3%, then our profit also will go up. Because of the 2%, 1% only, our people are cutting down the profits. So when you stop that, our profit will go up for 6 to 7%. Then automatically we can try to give local domestic gold for 4%, 3%. Unless you stop foreign imports, you can't benefit these people, I guess.
So I guess Nitinji is the right person to pass the message on. But Nitinji, what is your opinion on this old gold? Is it going to be like a strong part of our gold industry?
See, 2014-15 में गवर्नमेंट ने एक स्कीम लॉन्च किया. इसमें क्या होता है कि मैं बैंक में जाता हूँ, बैंक मुझे प्योरिटी सेंटर भेजता है, प्योरिटी सेंटर से मैं प्योरिटी निकाल के लाता हूँ, फिर वापस बैंक जाता हूँ, फिर बैंक के प्रोसेसेस होते हैं. तो 100 ग्राम, 200 ग्राम, 400 ग्राम, 500 ग्राम गोल्ड लेके no one will walk on the street with that kind of risk. तो first of all this needs to be normalized. Second, आज भी लोग ज्वेलरी के लिए अपने पुराने ट्रेडिशनल ज्वेलर पे ज्यादा भरोसा करते हैं. आप ज्वेलर को एलिमिनेट करके कोई भी स्कीम इंडिया में लाओगे वो सक्सेस नहीं होगी. तो आपको सबसे पहले ज्वेलर को कॉन्फिडेंस में लेना पड़ेगा और आपको ये समझना पड़ेगा, कमिंग बैक टू माय प्रीवियस पॉइंट, कि हम कैसे इसका एक पूरा चेन बना सकते हैं जिसकी वजह से ज्वेलर्स का भी जो वर्किंग कैपिटल का प्रॉब्लम है वो सॉल्व हो. कुछ लोग जो जीएमएल ले पाते हैं इजीली बैंक्स के थ्रू, तो एक नॉर्मल गोल्ड बैंक बना के कैसे उसको हम प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. जहां पे छोटे ज्वेलर्स का एक्सेस नहीं है तो वो इसको कैसे गोल्ड लोन की तरह इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. थर्ड थिंग कि देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ टेम्पल गोल्ड विच इज देयर इन इंडिया. तो आई थिंक जब उसको अगर हम साथ में कंज्यूम करते हैं तो ये जो 27-28,000 टन्स इंडियन ग्राउंड के ऊपर है, अगर इसका 10% भी आता है तो नेक्स्ट 2-3 इयर्स के लिए हमारा जो करंट अकाउंट डेफिसिट या ट्रेड डेफिसिट है वो काफी उसको हेल्प मिलेगा.
बट आपको लगता है कि ये परमानेंट नहीं होगा ये, क्योंकि इस वक्त हलचल है, वॉर है, ये सब हो रहा है, इसलिए ये प्रोबेबली चल जाए थोड़े साल के लिए?
मैम सी जो साइकिल है वो ये होता है, घूमता है. 2013 also we were talking the same when there was a lot of talk about the trade deficit and current account deficit, and 2025-26 again we are talking about that because oil is reaching $120-125. तो इस तरह की चीजें जब भी होंगी, जब भी हमारे हम कहें बही खातों पे, जब देश के बही खातों पे बात आएगी तो गोल्ड इज गोइंग टू गेट अ हिट फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट साइड. तो मुझे लगता है कि उस कंडीशन में इस तरह की चीजें आती रहेंगी. वी नीड टू हैव अ परमानेंट पॉलिसी फॉर दैट.
Thank you, Nitinji.
Can I interrupt?
Yes, please.
I want to interrupt Keria ji. Actually, ma'am, the temple gold you can't use actually because it is a hedge.
Yeah.
And if you are going to invest on other industry, the cost is 8%. Now M6, you know, for 6 months, for a year, we have 7 contracts, and each contract it has a 1.7. So at 5 contract is 9%. Now the gold you can keep as a gold only. Yeah. If you are going to if you are without using the hedge, then your cost goes to 7%. Again inflation is again 6%. So 7 plus 7, 14%.
So no use of selling gold and to invest in other area. Again, if you're going to recycle the gold in temple gold, and where are you going to invest? There's no point. Even we can keep on discussing, we kept on talking on these lines, but there is no solution.
I agree with you, because not only the financial aspect of it, temple gold is also extremely sentimental value, and I think all governments are pretty aware that they can't really push in that direction. But we have seen recently someone like Tanishq has been really very aggressively promoting bring your old gold, trying to get into the household safes and get the gold out. So, Mahendra, you are into retail space. What is your opinion on it? Is this going to work, the old gold thing? Do you think this is going to work, or this is something that will pass?
See, I don't agree on this, because हर लड़की का गहना ज्वेलरी से उसको इतना अटैचमेंट होता है कि दे विल नेवर गिव अनलेस एंड अनटिल वो लाख के मोमेंट तक आ जाए, जब तक उसको कबार पे खाने को लाने पड़ जाए तब तक वो लोग ज्वेलरी निकाल के नहीं देंगे. टिल लास्ट ब्रेथ शी विल ट्राई नॉट टू गिव हर ज्वेलरी टू एनीवन, नॉट अनदर टू एक्सचेंज एंड ऑल. अब जिसको बहुत ही ऑप्शन नहीं है तो वो लोग ही जाके ज्वेलरी एक्सचेंज करेंगे या उसको सेल करेंगे. टिल देन आई डोंट थिंक इंडिया में ऐसा लोगों को कल्चर में है कि हम बार बार ज्वेलरी चेंज करें, बिकॉज एवरी टाइम व्हेनेवर दे डू एक्सचेंज दे हैव अ लॉस ऑफ 15 to 20%. इफ दे डू 3 to 4 टाइम्स उसका गोल्ड जीरो हो जाएगा. सो अभी आज के इफ यू सी नाउअडेज ट्रेंड, पीपल आर वांटिंग टू बाय ज्वेलरी इंस्टेड ऑफ रादर सेलिंग. मतलब उनको बेचने में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. अभी जितना प्राइस बढ़ता है तो वी हैव नेवर सीन पीपल आर कमिंग आउट टू सेल द गोल्ड. जितना गोल्ड उतना बढ़ता है उतने लोग खरीदने के लिए और आते हैं. तो मुझे लगता है कि ये जो पॉलिसी जो कर रहे थे, it is a marketing strategy to attract customers. So this is one part of that. But in India, I don't think people will sell gold and they do the needful or something like that. मुझे उसमें I don't agree to that.
Karthik ji, I'll come back to you. One question which I am not very confident about, because I come from jewelry background, not from bullion background, but I've always wondered, is bullion only a transactional thing, or your customer are expecting anything more than a transaction in bullion? Because in jewelry we understand there is experience that matters, but in bullion, does anything like an experience or anything else is expected out of you?
I'm in this industry for past 20 years. In this past 20 years, it was like a transaction only, honestly.
Okay.
When we receive the funds, we give the commodity, that's it. Now the things are different. Now the retailers want the transparency, the retailers expecting the origin, the retailers expecting the due diligence, tax issues, many things. They want that cycle completely, where I buy, where is the origin. They won't buy. For example, I know Surabhi bullion from Coimbatore, across Tamil Nadu, South India, we are doing very good business. Because I'm giving some less price, the people not buying nowadays. They want transparency. They want that longevity. Without that, now nothing going to happen in India.
And you think technology is helping you in getting the transparency?
Yeah. Technology is very helpful. Now the filing GST and everything is very transparent. Even when paying customs duty also, it's transparent. When we sell the gold, if they see the bars with the numbers, they can track the gold history. Where it is from Dubai or it is from Switzerland. Everything they can track. Now the tracking system is very important. Without the transparency, transaction will not happen. For example, any corporates, first they will ask where is the origin. Once I give the origin certificate, then only they come for the buying. So it's only nowadays, because of this non-awareness, only small players are going out of the industry.
Sure. So you mentioned about corporate. Now in jewelry industry also, we have 1% of jewelers. I believe we have 3 lakh jewelers in our country. And only 1% have a formalized way of working, which is the corporates, and we can name 9-10 of them. One of them was supposed to join us, but I believe for some reason he could not. With these corporates and the formalization of industry, do you think the 90% of jewelers who are not formalized yet are losing out and what is the right way of getting them also formalized? I would like to hear opinion from all three of you on this.
First of all, I would like to correct you. You are telling ratio reverse formula. 10% industry is not organized, 90%, you mean to say 10% is organized, 90% not organized.
Not organized.
This you are talking about last 10 years back. Now, I can say 90% industry is organized, 10% industry is not organized.
Okay.
Because majority of the retailers, they don't take any jewelry without bill. In earlier old days, we used to give gold, take gold, exchange me, but if any person is having retail store in metro cities or any, except in 3-tier, 2-tier town, 3-tier, 2-tier cities, I don't think any other cities they are dealing in barter system of gold. They are organized. I can say 90% of the industries are, if I'm not wrong.
In coming to gold purchase, yes, I agree. What I meant by formalized was the entire system. So your systems running, your order management, your inventory management, your customer service part. We do work a lot with tier 2, tier 3 city jewelers, and we realize they still work on a very disorganized way, wherein, you know, they may not have an ERP system. They may not be tracking their customer engagement. Probably they are tracking it through an Excel sheet even today. So when that kind of formalization is talked about, you think these smaller guys are losing out, or do you think things are changing?
You mean to say that social media power, service industry,
a lot of things,
artificial
yes.
intelligence?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, ma'am. Now recently, ma'am, the knowledge of using artificial intelligence is it's not that much great in tier B, tier C, tier D. Because the AI, who won't all use the AI, they will know what's the trend, what's the buyer interest. Even AI can say, around the Hyderabad, people looking for a 40-gram jewelry, 50-gram jewelry. But the corporate will know the database, and they invest on the 40 grams, 50 grams. But the traditional people, or whoever maybe, that doesn't know the industry, that doesn't know the market pulse, so they may lose the chance. Nowadays, the who and all not adapting the AI, who and all not adapting the technology, they're out of the market.
Yeah, I think you rightly said people who don't adopt technology would lose out big time. And it's not because technology is doing something great for jewelry industry. Technology is actually everywhere. Whatever in non-jewelry aspect of our life, also technology is so much there that we can't live without it. That brings me to a question to probably Mahendra Bhai, to start with you. Because there is so much of AI, there is so much of data that we have, people are moving, and the data is telling us that people are now moving away from gram of jewelry to design and value of jewelry. Do you agree with this? And if you do, then why? If you don't, then why?
No, I definitely agree on this. See, अभी industry में design बहुत importance रखता है. Weight तो है ही है. Other than that, as you said, AI हो गया, and so much. If you don't upgrade yourself, like if you be like old style की हम जो भी है traditional handmade jewelry बना के बेचेंगे तो, and now this new AI technologies, casting, CAD, all these new technologies are in the market. But if you don't get upgrade yourself, you will be out in the market. So to upgrade this in your retail store, आपको आपके जो भी manufacturers से team है उनको आपको नए institutes में आपको training देना पड़ेगा. You need to give them higher educations, and you need to understand what is the trends in the market. If you are not aware of all these things, then you will be out of the market. Like, you can't simply sit in your showroom with whatever designs you have. You need to get your updation of your products, then only you will sustain in the market.
Okay, very well said. You have to upgrade, otherwise you won't be able to sustain. Digital gold is a new buzzword that we are hearing. So I would want to know from all three of you, your opinion on digital gold. Is it a trend? Is it a fad? Is it something that will stay with us? How do you see it? Nitinji, how do you see it?
Ma'am, I see it like bad things spread fast. ठीक है, खराब चीज़ें जितनी भी होती हैं वो जल्दी स्प्रेड हो जाती हैं. से भी RBI, all have came out and said कि boss, this is not a regulated platform. ठीक है, आप regulated platform में जाएं, there are several things, EGR आ गया है 3 दिन पहले, gold vaults आ गए हैं जो कि regulated है, ज्वेलर्स के पास से आप ले सकते हो बिकॉज डिजिटल गोल्ड में आप पूरा पैसा दे रहे हो. तो आई थिंक यहाँ पे एक जब हम एज अ ज्वेलर जो है, हर एक ज्वेलर के अपने व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप्स बने हुए हैं, तो वहाँ पे हमें भी कुछ ना कुछ एक मैसेज ऐसे डालने चाहिए कि व्हाट आर द डिसएडवांटेजेस दैट डिजिटल गोल्ड ब्रिंग्स. बिकॉज आप अपना हार्ड एंड मनी जो है वो उसमें आप डाल रहे हो, तो हार्ड एंड मनी अगर आप उसमें डाल रहे हो, कल रात को वो गायब हो जाता है, तो फिर आप किसके पास जाओगे? बिकॉज हमारे पैसे के जो 2 चौकीदार हैं, दोनों ने ही वार्निंग इशू कर दी है वहाँ पे. तो आई थिंक इट्स अ वेरी वेरी रिस्की.
Okay, Karthik ji, what do you think?
Ma'am, I am totally against digital gold. We should ban digital gold actually.
Your sentiments are very strong.
We should ban. Even if the person like sir having so much power, if he give a letter to me, I can represent to Nirmala Sitharaman immediately. I will ban the digital gold
I think 3 of
immediately.
you should make a panel and go to government.
Because man, now every day, every people buying gold, and then the gold data is showing 1,000 tons import this year annually. But the jewelry, when we see the manufacturing jewelry, we see a lot of decline.
But don't you think from a consumer point of view, and a consumer who never had the power to buy gold, to that consumer, digital gold actually gives a little hope that, okay, I can, maybe small percentage, but I can also own gold, which is very aspirational in our country, especially in our country. Don't you guys think thoda unko bhi
Now
kuch?
digital they offers to buy for 10 rupee, 1 rupee, 5 rupee.
I think 10 rupees is the smallest
just like
denomination.
that, all the people buying on gold, and even that gold also lying deposit, no use, economy no use, no fund flow, jewelry no use, manufacturing no
Karthik
use.
ji is in a very, very aggressive mode. I'm so happy no digital gold people are here.
No, even someone was there, I can debate them.
Okay, Mahendra bhai, what's your opinion?
No, rightly said, I'm with Karthik ji in that. See, if gold is like money. If anyone wants to invest in gold, they want physical gold in their hand. Nowadays, so many banks are also going out, so they don't want to trust anything like that. So I don't think India has digital gold, and there are another one more reason for that. See, the small people know they don't have all white money. For digital gold, everyone has to buy with their bank account. So this is one major thing which the consumers, they don't buy. They have this small and so there's 50,000 paisa jama karawa. So they get even half gram gold they get in the market. It is not like that they get 100 gram biscuit only. If any customer wants to get 100 milligram coins, it is ready available in any store. So small people, those who don't have right amount or they want to invest some small savings, they will go for physical gold only.
What about Gen Z? Gen Z is 100% mobile oriented. You think even Gen Z is not going to adapt to digital gold?
ये Gen Z नाम की Gen Z है पर वो हमसे बड़ा होशियार हैं. उनको physically हाथ में gold चाहिए.
Ma'am, actually we said about Gen Z. We thought Gen Z has a very good intellectual power. After seeing Tamil Nadu, I lost that Gen Z has very less intellectual power. And also this current scenario, the gold and silver given good returns, high returns, more than 30%, 40%. So the digital gold is booming. Many people are taking loan, CC, 10%, 12%, 13%. After that, they are benefiting 10, 12%. So this wave was there in digital. In next 2-3 years, might be stable, might be decline. That time, the people will lose the money, they lose the interest. That time they will come to for the reselling. When they come to resell, then only they know what is the wave, what is the digital. Till next 2 years, we want to bear all this wave.
Fair enough, fair enough. I have been told to take some questions from audience, but before that, I have a few rapid fire questions. I promise I will not take more time. So whosoever wants, they can answer this. One trend that will define the jewelry industry over next 5 years. One trend that will define jewelry industry in coming 5 years.
Artificial intelligence.
Sorry?
AI.
AI, okay. Nitinji?
Artificial jewelry.
Artificial, okay. Mahendra bhai? AI, so everyone says AI is going to do that. Very good. one outdated practice that industry should stop using immediately?
पत्थर पे सोने की प्योरिटी चेक करना बंद कर देना चाहिए.
Awesome. Use technology, use carotenometer, guys. Yes, Karthik ji, one thing.
Agreed, ma'am. Agreed.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, Mahendra ji.
You have to be transparent and everything should be hallmarked.
Hallmark. Okay, okay. In one word, last question. One word, describe the future of India's gold industry. In one word.
Survival of the fittest.
Wow, that's awesome. Survival of the fittest. We are almost like what, 1,000-year-old industry, and we have survived, so we will survive. Great. Karthik ji.
Actually, ma'am, we need to invest on different baskets. I feel that it's not going to flourish like what we saw in last 20-30 years. We need to invest on one more basket, actually.
Okay, okay. And what that basket would be?
Anything other than gold and silver.
Other than gold. Okay, okay. That's not good news to us, but I'm sure you have your reason.
सदियों से हम भारत को सोने की चिड़िया बोलते हैं, तो मेरा तो यकीन है पहले भी था, आज भी और आगे भी भारत सोने की चिड़िया ही रहेगा.
Awesome. भारत सोने की चिड़िया था, है और रहेगा. Any questions that audience would like to ask our panelists?
I have a good question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hello. My name is Rakesh. I come from Future India. It's very thankful for Nitin Kodia ji to say to stop this thing. It's a good news for us, for a supplier of instruments. My question is basically, you say that the gold is not coming back in the market, the old gold which is generally in there. But we see a big trend of because as I said, we supply instruments. Now these instruments are basically used for checking the old gold what they get. And I see a big trend of lot of replacement of old gold coming back. It is not for selling for sure. But when you buy a new jewelry, you will always see some percentage of old gold coming and then they add up some amount and buy the new jewelry. So I think it's still a lot of jewelry, the old gold which is there in the households is coming back in the market. What is your opinion on that one?
So let me come with some numbers. पहले जब शादी होती थी तो average purchase per marriage in India was around 80 grams to 100 grams. Now it has came down to 24 gram. तो that means कि light weight jewelries जो है वो ज़्यादा बन रही है. लाइट वेट जब बनती है तो उसमें कहीं ना कहीं रिपेयरिंग्स निकल आती हैं, कुछ ना कुछ डैमेज हो जाते हैं, तो वो डैमेज जो ज्वेलरी होती है वो वापस आती है, उसके बदले में नई ज्वेलरी जाती है. तो जैसे जैसे हम गोल्ड के प्राइसेस बढ़ते हुए देखेंगे, आई थिंक दिस विल बी अ गुड न्यूज पीपल फ्रॉम द मशीनरी सेक्टर.
Anyone else wants to answer that? Just to add to what Nitin ji said, a lot of people are now wanting to retain the jewelry, but not the design. Because I know a lot of jewelers who get this request that I love this jewelry, it's a heritage piece, but I want to convert it to something that I would want to wear. That's where the purity check happens and then the conversion happens. So I think that's also one of the reasons why old gold is coming out of households. So any other question?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm P.V. Rao from Sparkle Jewelers. I'm an online retailer of lab-grown diamond jewelry.
Okay.
The way lab-grown diamonds are becoming mainstream, lab-grown gold also we are hearing. So how soon that is going to happen?
It will not come, sir. It will not come.
Never?
Never will not come. I think you are influenced by social media.
No, there is a company startup by name Marshmallow in San Francisco. They have already brought out this gold. But today, the way lab-grown diamonds, when they first came out, they were costlier than the lab-grown, mined diamonds. Today, the lab-grown gold is costlier than the mined.
I'm sorry, arbitrage needs to be very high when you go for an artificial. The gold which you are talking, the cost is around 70% to 80% of the pure gold. So when you are getting something natural by paying 20% more, so more and more people in India, when we talk about India, they will pay 20-25% more and they will get the pure gold. Maybe they will not buy 22 karat jewelry, they will buy 18 karat jewelry. So that way they will go on, but I don't think any future of artificial gold in our country. Maybe in some other country, but not here.
No, it's not artificial. That is also going to be the real gold, but one is mined, other one is created in the lab.
So that's created in the lab, but the value arbitrage is very less. We have gone through that. We have studied all the papers about that, and we have done some Zoom calls also with the people, those who are doing that, and the cost difference is not much.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. The fight of earth mined and lab grown diamond is going on. Let's not get into another fight on gold. I think the time is short, and I'm getting messages from everyone to conclude the session.
Sir, it is.
There's one question, last question. Yes,
There are, sorry, Karthik.
Ma'am, only, sir, it is like running a car with water. It is never possible. It will not come. It should not come. Gold has no replacement, definitely. Let's see.
Ma'am, thank you for the panelists. There are some questions coming in from our YouTube viewers. Some of them want to know what will be the gold price in the next 1 month.
So that is unpredictable. No one knows what will be the price for tomorrow. So 1 month
Currently,
But is it going to increase?
Sir, my only view is currently now everyone got influenced to invest on gold and silver.
Right.
Whatever requirement to buy a jewelry, you just invest on jewelry, not on coins, not on bars. Don't get influenced on investing on gold as a raw material. Right. That is not going to help you in any way, because now the past 2 years is something different which never happened in entire practice.
Right.
Even now the interest rate is around 12%. And inflation is near about 7%. So 12 plus 7, 19%, it is your cost.
Right.
So for 3 years, its cost is around 49%. Definitely next three years, 14% it will not grow.
Correct.
So better don't think too much on investing on gold.
Correct.
If you want jewelry, buy jewelry. If you want vessels, buy silvers. Other than don't buy, because if you keep on buying more raw material, then government will put some norms on us, and the entire system will be collapsed.
Absolutely. Ma'am, one last question from our...
Nitinji wanted to say something.
Sir, due to regulatory reasons, I can't comment on much. But आदमी हो या भाव, जाना ऊपर ही है.
Great show. Lovely. Hey, one last question, one of our YouTube followers.
Who will go first?
Bob. Another question from our YouTube follower here that we are going in live. He says that ATM machines for bullion has come in the Middle East and other parts of the country. How will it come into India, and how will be the reaction? Now this is physical gold.
Yeah, it's already there.
The machines are already there. I think Tirupati temple also has this coin.
Will it come into malls and shopping malls and airports and?
I think according to me, I think it's quite feasible.
Sir, how fast the digital gold grows, how fast this ATM grows, our jewelry business will decline.
Absolutely.
So that we should not encourage all those
Absolutely.
Because machine can only sell gold coins, not the ornaments.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
just coins. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. These are the 2 questions from our YouTube viewers. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for giving it. Oh, I'm so sorry. One last question.
मेरा क्वेश्चन नितिन जी से और कार्तिक जी से है
जी
कि पहले 2 लाख के बजट में कस्टमर इजीली 150 ग्राम्स 15 ग्राम्स टू 20 ग्राम्स के बीच में गोल्ड खरीद पा रहा था, और कंज्यूमर के लिए काफ़ी सारा इजी था कि रिटेल ज्वेलर्स को उसमें वो लोग कैश हैंडल करके लाने के ज्वेलरी देने में. अभी 2 लाख में कंज्यूमर को काफ़ी कम क्वांटिटी गोल्ड मिलता है, और हमें एज ए रिटेलर्स उनको कन्विंस करके बेचने में काफ़ी दिक्कत होता है. वो ये पॉलिसी हम लोग यहाँ से 2 लाख से अगर 5 लाख जावे, जहाँ पे हम डॉक्यूमेंट्री कलेक्ट कर सकें, क्योंकि अभी कंज्यूमर के पास ओल्ड गोल्ड भी आता है. अभी ओल्ड गोल्ड जब आता है, जैसे हम जो एग्जांपल लेते हैं कि हमारे पास एक कस्टमर 20 ग्राम का हार लिया, उसका वॉल्यूम बन गया है अराउंड 3 लाख रुपए का, और कस्टमर के पास 2.5 लाख का ओल्ड गोल्ड है. हम उसके ऊपर 50,000 रुपये वो कैश लेने में भी हमारे को काफ़ी दिक्कत होता है.
सर, ये इसका आंसर तो कैमरा में नहीं दे सकते.
Change your chartered accountant.
ये तो
See, understand one thing.
कुछ कर भी
नहीं,
लेंगे।
understand one thing. We have represented this thing in last 3 years. कि इसको 2 लाख से 5 लाख कर दिया जाए या 10 लाख कर दिया जाए, बिकॉज पहले जब 2 लाख की लिमिट थी तब हम 40 ग्राम गोल्ड को परचेज कर पाते थे. आज 2 लाख की लिमिट में हम 12.5 ग्राम को परचेज कर पा रहे. बट गवर्नमेंट इस समय डिजिटल इंडिया इनिशिएटिव चला रही है. कैश के ऊपर आपको पता ही है किस तरह से चीजें चल रही हैं, तो वो अभी आज की डेट में तो पॉसिबल नहीं है बढ़ना. इनफैक्ट आई एम टेलिंग यू, मे बी इन सम मंथ्स टाइम विल सी दिस कमिंग डाउन टू 50,000 फॉर 2 लाख रुपीज. तो अब आप 50,000 के लिए पहले अपने आप को प्रिपेयर करना शुरू करिए, ताकि जब इस तरह के रिस्ट्रिक्शंस आए तो उसमें आप काम कर पाए.
और सर ये 2 लाख का बैरियर खाली गोल्ड इंडस्ट्री पे नहीं है, ये एंटायर इंडिया के जो भी प्रोडक्ट है हर प्रोडक्ट पे ऐसा है. खाली ज्वेलरी पे बैरियर डाला हुआ नहीं है कि 2 लाख के ऊपर आप कैश नहीं ले सकते. दिस इज ऑन ईच एंड एवरी प्रोडक्ट.
कंज्यूमर का ज्यादातर प्रोडक्ट क्या है, 2 लाख का बजट जल्दी गोल्ड पे जल्दी चला जाता है.
BJP needs few more Rajya Sabha seats. Once they get, they'll bring to zero also. He is saying 50,000, I am saying zero.
एक और चीज़ है सर कार्तिक जी आपसे, कि बुलियन इंडस्ट्री में भी रिटेल सेगमेंट जैसे स्मॉल स्केल 5 kg 10 kg जो स्टोर्स हैं, उनको दिक्कत कहाँ पे आ रहा है कि अभी आज की तारीख में पहले 100 ग्राम बुलियन बुक करना काफ़ी इजी था क्योंकि सेल्स वॉल्यूम उसके हिसाब से था. अभी प्राइस हेजिंग करने में हमको वाया M6 में हेज करके वापस बुलियन में हेज करते हैं रेट ऑफ फिजिकल में, वो कॉस्टिंग बढ़ जाता है हमारे लोगों के लिए. क्या किसी के पास में भी है जो हम लोग ऑनलाइन बुकिंग करते हैं वहाँ पर पार्शली 10 ग्राम्स बुक करके फिर हम 50 ग्राम से 100 ग्राम डिलीवरी लेवे, ऐसा कुछ फैसिलिटी हो तो क्या रिटेल स्मॉल स्केल जो इंडस्ट्री है उन लोगों को प्राइस हेजिंग में काफ़ी इजी हो जाता है बिजनेस करने में. ये काफ़ी जनों का प्रॉब्लम है. मैं आपके सामने लेके आ रहा हूँ कि स्मॉल स्केल में बुकिंग और लार्ज स्केल में डिलीवरी.
Sir, recently now the M6 hedging cost has been gone up, and also the M6 deposit also gone up. It's going to be very difficult, and there is no way to cut down your interest loss. You'll be losing minimum 10% per year by hedging your forward booking, and you should take advance, not advance, you should take full amount from the customers and should buy the gold on same day. And you can't sell the gold by fixing in M6, and you can't sell the gold futures for the customers. Definitely it will make you a loss. कैसा सर?
सर स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 1 अप्रैल ETF की जो प्राइसिंग बेंचमार्क है वो अहमदाबाद के लोकल स्पॉट मार्केट के साथ हो गई है.
फ्यूचर में
ETF एक्सचेंज ट्रेडेड फंड्स में. इसका एक ही प्रॉब्लम है कि ये 915 से 330 तक ट्रेड होता है, पर बेंचमार्किंग स्पॉट प्राइस से होती है. 25% मार्जिन पे करके आप स्पॉट के साथ में अपने आप को हेज कर सकते हो. तो अभी MCX का प्रॉब्लम क्या है, आज मैंने बाय किया तो अब MCX प्लस 2,000 रुपीज का प्रीमियम चल रहा है, कस्टमर से पेमेंट आया MCX माइनस 1,000 हो गया, तो 3,000 मेरा बैठे बिठाए लॉस हो गया. उसमें आपको काफी मदद मिल जाती है. अभी 1 महीना ही हुआ इस चीज को हुए. सेकेंड थिंग, अभी लास्ट वीक EGRs भी आ गए, तो उसको भी अगर आप यूज करेंगे तो ये जो MCX का प्रॉब्लम प्रीमियम डिस्काउंट का आ रहा है, ये काफी मदद मिलेगी आपको.
सर और एक मेरी ओपिनियन है तो आपको गोल्ड उधार बेचना ही नहीं चाहिए.
सर सॉरी मैं इंटरप्ट कर रही हूँ. एक्चुअली हम सबके दूसरे स्केड्यूल्स भी हैं, आप चाहिए तो 1-on-1 इनसे बात कर लीजिएगा. बट थैंक यू वेरी मच एवरीवन. आई वुड लाइक टू कंक्लूड दिस सेशन. थैंक यू नितिन जी, थैंक यू कार्तिक जी, थैंक यू महेंद्र भाई for this wonderful session, and thank you to the audience for staying back with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This was quite insightful, and with this I request our panelists to kindly stay back on stage. It's now time that we felicitate the presence of our panelists. I request Mr. Rakesh Wan to kindly join us on stage to felicitate the presence of Mr. Mahendra Tayal. I request Mr. Ashish Kirk to join us on stage to kindly felicitate the presence of Mr. Nitin Kedia. I request Shweta Bhanak to kindly join us to felicitate the presence of Mr. Karthik. And with this, I now request Mr. Pankaj Shinde to kindly join us on stage to felicitate the presence of our moderator, Usha Srivastava. Thank you so much. With this, we thank our panelists, our moderator, for joining us for this incredible, insightful panel discussion. Alongside, I hope you all have a great evening going forward and a great weekend. Thank you so much. This is your host, Nikita Chaturvedi, signing off. Thank you.